Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Yeah, haven't heard a peep out of her in quite some time, but it appears that big old nasty Hillary is coming to Southern California to drench us in her nastiness.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, old Hillary. Oh, big old Hillary's coming on back. Welcome to the sweet spot. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble.com, and Twitter. But more importantly, the great radio stations that carry this fine piece of production known as Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Now, that's not just an ego stroke, and I say that because we have a special guest here today, and I want you to know that I'm not saying Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio because I like to hear my name, but we must do that in order for folks to find us on the various platforms because of all the rip-off outlaw radios out there. There are rip-off artists that stole my moniker years ago, and what am I going to do, sue them all? Hell, I can barely afford to stand here with a stogie in my mouth, for God's sakes.
Plus, it's a compliment.
The price is right, I can take care of it.
Oh, I love that. That's Mike Z, my friends. Make sure he's right on the mic and make sure his microphone is up there, Tattoo Dave, so we can hear him.
Yeah, make sure you're into it.
Now, I got to tell you, this guy I was turned on to by Wonderhussy, the YouTube phenom, who we all adore. We love this woman because, and by the way, I'm going to talk to her about this today. I found some of her old videos. She mentioned to me several months ago that, oh yeah, when I first started, I was a foul mouth. She was, every other word was the F word and the S word.
And now it's golly.
Oh yeah, now it's golly.
Gee willikers.
Yeah, but see, that tells you her sensibility and how intelligent a gal she is. She learned that that's not the way to do this. And we obviously can't do it that way because we're also on great terrestrial radio stations throughout the country. Not that we would, Richard Pryor used that language not for effect, but because that's the way he talked.
George Carlin got away with it too.
George Carlin was a brilliant comedian, and he used that language. Yeah, Mark.
It served the material.
Yes, it did, and
Teaching old dog new tricks.
Yeah, and it worked. But this Mike Z,
talking about Mark? Yeah, we know.
I'm watching a Wonderhussy video on YouTube, the platform that hates us. They hate Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, but I'll tell you what, they're going to have to shoot us each one of us in the noggin for us to leave their airwaves. And they've tried, man. They've banned us. They've, so I've sort of learned what I can do, what I can't do to get away with.
We've been in YouTube jail.
Oh, yeah. We've all done that.
I've got a story about that.
Okay, I'd like to hear that. Now, Mike Z, understand, this man is and I even hate this moniker, I'm a YouTuber. That's so gay. And I don't mean that in a homosexual way. I just mean...
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Because on this show, we have always said, live and let live. Just stop cramming it down our throats and indoctrinating our children.
Yeah, cramming it down our throats and gay, those are two things I don't want to
Well, it was a pretty obvious choice there for me. But Mike Z is this Astrovan son of a gun who has learned how to create incredible works of art from Astrovans and make them reliable in the desert. I saw it for myself, like we're using it like a four-wheel friggin' drive through the mountain ranges.
Well, I didn't invent that.
Well, I'll tell you what, but you're the only one in this room, this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar that knows how to do that.
I wish I would have brought my single-action army with me and my lever gun. It would have fit right in here.
Well, yes. When Wonderhussy was here, and I know she wanted to come in and shoot some of this. Now, you notice I don't say film because it drives me crazy when these people on YouTube call it film. It has nothing to do with film. It's video. It's video, my friends.
Film's been gone long, too.
But I know she wanted to come in here and video some of this. And then, me being the friggin' numbskull and not looking ahead, I forgot to take all the Trump hats down, but she would not. It doesn't really fit her channel, and there's way too much of it. In front of you, there's about 4 of those Trump hats.
Yeah.
And boy,
she gets along with anybody, though.
No. It's not about getting along, and it's not about rubbing her the wrong way. It's about
people watching.
It's about sensibility to her viewers, and I want nothing but success for her.
She's a smart businesswoman.
Because she's simply a great gal.
She's awesome.
She's one of those pragmatic persons who loves America, and she loves small government, as I think we all do. She doesn't know that she's more conservative than she is liberal. But one day...
She would be classified as a libertarian.
Yeah, she would, which is, I'll tell you what, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
So Mike Z, the man with videos on YouTube, concocting these incredible devices with these Astrovans, your story that you wanted to tell 2 seconds ago.
Oh, just... You were saying to me on the phone the other day, am I close enough to this thing?
Yeah, get right on that
you
thing.
Right in it. And by the way, now I know that all this stuff makes you sound so good. So I talk to you outside, you don't sound as good.
Is that right?
God bless you, brother.
No.
I was doing...
Hey, man, we're about the truth on this show, you son of a bitch. Continue, Mike Z.
He is more handsome in person.
Aha!
So
fly back.
Well, I'm waiting for my drink. I figure that'll help me get...
Oh, by the way, hey, Mart, check that down to your left, and would you hand Mike Z a little compliments of the house?
I appreciate that.
You did say coffee liqueur, did you not?
They'll be fine.
Okay.
We need the Jack Daniels, yeah.
And then what we'll have what I call the Tennessee Cholo would be with the honey jack.
Oh yeah.
The regular jack is just a Mexican redneck.
Well, I have something similar to that, and it is what the hell is it? Our former producer,
Jim Beam?
Lori Downey Jr., who was married to Morton Downey Jr., hence her moniker. You remember Morton Downey Jr., that talk show host? Okay.
I got another story for you.
Well, okay. I hope so, because we have 3 hours to fill, my friends. And not only that, a lot of cool stuff to get to, including 50 Cent. Slam at L.A. over the flash mob robberies, and it's not the first time that he is pissed off about this. And I'll tell you a little something about my hairstylist. That's called a teaser. Not that anyone cares, but it's all about. And I got to be careful about how I say it. You know the injections that many were taking during the time of the flu. Well, it's still in effect when it comes to the schools in Los Angeles. And I'll explain that in a few minutes. This will blow your friggin' minds.
I should have wore the T-shirt that says "proudly unpoisoned" with a syringe on it.
Excellent.
Oh, nice. Perfectly said.
Yeah, love that. Okay, Mike Z, your story.
It's just I was doing videos.
Yeah.
Where I was talking about some of the politics and whatnot a few years ago, and they weren't getting a lot of views. And on Instagram, I was doing a little bit better.
Right.
And I did one where I was going off on why are we listening to children tell us how the world is supposed to work, because children don't know anything. They just know what they're told.
Funny, Mike, we've talked about this.
You know who I was talking about.
Yes,
right?
of course.
So there's this Down syndrome person that is telling us about the world. So I actually tagged her in it after I had posted it and it was getting decent views. And the next day I had 4 views.
Okay.
And then all my numbers went down. I was going to tell you that on the phone the other day. So that's why I've adjusted.
So you know,
I'm talking about.
So
on
you
YouTube.
know,
I just avoid it.
Yeah, Mike Z. They will remove your views, and this is something I didn't think was possible because
it's shadow banning.
Yeah, it is. It is shadow banning, and it does happen. And
we've been demonetized several.
Mark, we're not monetized. That's never been our platform. This is all about doing this for the love of the people who love the United States of America.
But I will cash a check because of my work.
Okay, well that's good. Who wouldn't? Now you live here locally in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And the way that Mike Z and my own self and my Demons of Decadence in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar were brought together was that Wonderhussy and I were talking the other day, and she said, "Oh yeah, I may have to make another visit because I'm coming to see my friend Mike Z." And I said, "Oh, I'm the Astrovan guy. I love that dude." And he said, "Well, I don't know why you guys aren't in touch. You're my 2 favorite conservatives." And I said, "Listen." I said, no, you're my 2 favorite right-wingers. And I said...
She said that?
And I said, I am not a right-winger. I am a pragmatist who happens to love America.
By the way...
whose brain works.
Well, yeah.
Your brain works.
Who happens to have...
understand logic.
Right.
You can separate your emotion from your... Yeah,
little sense. Yeah, little sense is okay.
By the way, aren't you going to meet Sarah at Burning Man?
You know, I got to tell you something, and you know this story, but years ago, and let me pick up this name even before I drop it, Sean Young, the great movie star and dear friend of mine for many, many years, who, by the way, when Sean and I first met about 20 years ago, she was not on the correct side of the pale when it came to politics. She was one of these showbiz Hollywood-y stars. She didn't get it.
But she did rock the boat in Hollywood.
But not one to boast. Oh, yeah, but not one to boast. I think the time that we spent together, and she's a real smart gal, so it became a little bit ingrained. The facts made sense to her. So Sean Young, the great Sean Young from No Way Out, from Stripes, from Blade Runner. We were supposed to go to this Burning Man years ago, and it was all set up. And then I, at the last moment, and this is not like me, because when I say I'm going to do something, I am a follow-through guy, even if it's an odd notion, like some folks might think Burning Man is, and I do. I have a hippie uncle in Northern Nevada who I love dearly. He's my favorite guy on the planet, but he won't even go to Burning Man. It's not my scene. I'm not into the mushroom thing, and I know there's a lot of those,
psychedelics.
Yes, I'm not into that. But I will tell you, for those that do, have a happy freaking day. Yeah. And I love that it's contained out there in the desert.
Sure.
And I think they take care of biz and they clean up after themselves.
They do.
So yeah. So have you ever been there, Tattoo Dave?
No, but I've seen footage and they leave it better than they got it.
So that's the way you do it. And so Wonderhussy, see that's where she sort of blows my mind, and we're really not on the same page. And I said, hey, maybe I'll go there with you one time. And then I said, nah, it's just not my. It's not my.
Like being dirty.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to be dirty the whole time.
Mike Z, is that something you would ever attend? I mean,
no, I could go anytime I want.
Yeah,
I got plenty of friends that go, but I don't want to be dirty all the time.
Well, it's like Woodstock all the time,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's too much. It's a little over the top.
Yeah.
And you can't talk to those people about anything.
Because they're high as hell.
Yeah.
Is that
And
why?
as a matter of fact, the version of me that you got watching the Wonderhussy videos and the ones I put out,
Yeah.
I was experimenting with some mushrooms at the time.
Oh, were you really?
And it was with the chocolate. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
And I was, that wasn't, that was an altered state version of me.
Oh, that's
in
funny.
those
That's
videos.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. You seemed pretty
Well,
cognizant.
I keep it together.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
A bottle of booze, I'm still the same guy.
Did you bring some of that chocolate with you today?
No.
Oh.
So you are you an LA guy?
I'm from New Jersey.
Okay. So where in New Jersey?
All over, but primarily the Patterson, North Jersey,
know
and,
it well?
and the shore.
Yeah,
Seaside Park.
I lived in West Orange for a number of years when I did my afternoon stint at Z100 in New York.
Right.
And I will tell you, I have never had such great neighbors as my neighbors in West Orange, New Jersey. I love Jersey, and I almost married a gal from Jersey. Of course, I could probably say that about most states. I've almost married many a woman from many a state.
You got to be careful with the Jersey girl.
You got to be careful with every girl.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And you know why, Mike? Do you know why? Do you know the real reason for that?
I'd like to hear your reason.
I'm going to tell you the facts here. I will tell you nothing but the facts on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, where you're probably watching us on YouTube and on Rumble.com and on Twitter and on the finest radio stations throughout the nation, because men covet the vagina. Women do not covet the penis. That's why they are head and shoulders above it. I'm not saying they don't.
Depends on your penis.
No, I'm not saying they
seem to-
don't like the penis. They don't covet it as men covet the vagina. And because of that, it's not, and I was going to say it's not a big thing. Okay. But it's not in
for yourself.
in their lives, it's not a huge force that they think about every couple seconds as us, and I'm guilty. Still,
We're all guilty.
After all these years,
you kidding me?
I'm still thinking. I think about it every few friggin' seconds.
Yeah.
They
Think about
don't.
pussy.
And that's the difference.
whoa, whoa,
okay,
whoa.
remember, we got to bleep that. Got to
I'm
bleep
sorry.
that.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
By the
I
way,
need to know the rules. What can I say? What can't I say?
Mike Z. Here's what you need to know. This is a no apology zone.
Well, I wasn't going to apologize for saying
Well, you did.
I
You said sorry,
I'm
and
polite.
I'm just
a polite guy.
Yeah. Mike Z.
I'm sorry for saying pussy. You
Mike,
have to
Mike.
bleep
So
that
there's
again.
two bleeps.
Says it again.
Mike Z.
Doubles down on that son of a-
I like him already. This is good.
Hey, Mike Z. How long have you been out here in Southern California?
I've been out here just over 30 years.
That's a long. friggin'
31
time.
years in September.
Yeah, that's you and me
30
both.
years in the same apartment February.
Oh, is that right?
This past February.
Yeah, I found that you live in sort of a highfalutin area there, and is it rent control?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Basically. So my rent's pretty good.
so you have a sweet deal.
Oh, yeah.
And I did mention in that neck of the woods there was at one time a great little pizza joint down the street there.
Village Pizza.
Yeah, Village.
I think it's still there.
And it was great. And there was also a Noah's Bagels.
Yeah. I was friends with the guy that owned that. I don't remember his name now. There was a bakery right down from there, too, and I was friends with that guy.
was almost...
Larchmont you're talking about.
Yes, Larchmont.
Used to be downtown USA awesome.
You bet, man.
Now it's over the... I once was eating, and Leonardo DiCaprio was sitting right next to me on the ground with pimples on his face and everything.
Wow.
I saw Janine Garofalo.
And that was just
around
last
with,
year.
Yeah.
Hey, hi-oh, come on now.
There you go.
I used to see a lot of those people out there.
And enjoy your place because we have a big hurricane coming to blow California
Yeah,
out of
it's not
the
gonna
water.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
You were talking about Sean Young
Yes.
and how you kind of turned her around.
Yes,
So
and
when
then I pissed her off because she wanted to attend the Burning Man, and we never did it. But
fine.
yeah,
So I had a bad motorcycle wreck in 2010.
sorry, man.
But broke both my wrists, and I was on. I don't like pills, but I was taking painkillers. I was drinking a little Jack Daniels. I was
Right.
smoking a little grass.
You
and
bet.
I was letting women come over to help me because women will do that for you.
Yes, they will.
They will come out of the
They
woodwork
do.
to help you. They are nurturers.
They are nurturing,
It was great.
lovely
Yes.
folks in that respect.
With
yes.
no agenda.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and this woman came over who I didn't know very well. I knew her from this motorcycle club I used to hang out with at a clubhouse. And
Right.
she was a comedian
All right.
and hardcore leftist.
Is this an Elaine Boozler story?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So at the time I was watching
Yeah.
Glenn Beck
Right.
and O'Reilly, and I would DVR it.
Yeah.
And she'd be over the house, and it would be on, and she'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not right." So okay, let's stop it.
Right.
Let's get the computer out.
Is this a
Let's look
comedian
up.
that became famous that we'd know or no?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't want to throw out her name, though?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, the truth is I don't remember her name.
Oh, okay, Mike.
But you're not a name dropper.
And I also have to be careful about how I want to tell this story.
All right, Mike
We don't have
Z.
to get into like...
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I can't tell this whole story. But I will say...
Yes.
We watched this stuff, and...
I guess there's some coital boomerang involved.
I don't know how...
Yeah, but that's fine.
I can get into this.
Go ahead.
So I was taking advantage of the fact that I had broken wrists.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can already understand. No, and you needed
I needed some help.
and you needed some help. Okay, I understand.
I needed some help.
Fine.
I needed some help.
And
getting undressed to get in the shower.
And she was helpful. Okay,
she
very
was helpful,
nice.
And
Yes.
I did a certain move and hit her in the head.
Okay.
And then she said, "I'm going to come back later to check on it."
Oh, good.
And when she did come over, she was wearing a trench coat.
Yeah.
With a full-on, like the whole negligee thing and everything.
Wow. Oh, that's nice.
She was a lesbian.
Yeah, okay, but...
Best sex you'll ever have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
With a lesbian.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well...
And then they're going to swear you to secrecy, and they're going to tell you that they actually prefer the penis. You can say penis.
Yeah.
They prefer it, but they don't like most of the men. So if you happen to be a guy that they think is good looking and has a sense of humor.
I find that true.
It is the truth because I
you know what they
out, but it was about 7 of them that I ended
because what they want more than anything is someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So a female is someone that they can talk to and they can yak for hours and never say anything. And talk about the same thing for several hours, the same topic, and they'll never come up with an answer to whatever the question is that is out there because they're not really looking for the answer. They're looking.
No solution.
No,
just talk.
They're looking to have conversation.
I had to learn that. It took a long time.
Whatever
Let me get
keeps
to
it
the point
going.
of this.
Yeah.
The point was she was coming over. We became friends.
You're certain this is not Elaine Boozler?
I'm
I just want to.
100% positive.
Okay.
Swear to God it is.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So the point is that she came over, we became friends, and she started watching this stuff, and I was educating her.
Right.
What happened was...
So you're saying she's watching Fox, she's watching conservative stuff.
Well, those 2 shows in particular, and at the time, Glenn Beck was doing a lot of history.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Waking people up.
Right.
And I started looking into this, like, holy crap, I didn't know that, I know this, I know. So she started learning, and she started correcting her friends on social media.
Interesting.
And what happened was she came over one day, she says, Mike, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a career going, and I'm losing my friends.
Yeah.
So she made a conscious choice to be stupid.
Of course.
So she can get ahead.
Yes.
Of course, a lot of
And
people
that's
do
how that works.
Well,
I can't do that.
Well,
I can't either.
What did I say about your... Well, Martin, you can be stupid.
He proves that every day.
Now, see?
I don't mean to insult anybody.
Do you see how my brother Mark just walks into this? Just walk.
I didn't even do anything.
Just dives head first into this.
Wow.
But I understand that because about a year and a half ago when Taylor Swift was talking, all of a sudden she makes this left U-turn because her daddy is a nice lover of America, a good conservative fella. And Taylor Swift, though, took this U-turn, became Miss Lefty. And why? And I went on record, not one to boast, I said, it's because she wants to be a movie star. She needs to fit into Hollywood. And I will tell you this, you do not fit into this town known as Hollywood, California, if you are an outspoken person on the right. God knows I have screwed my career. I mean, what am I doing? I'm doing a frickin' radio show in my backyard in the hills of the San Fernando Valley, spitting distance where all those miscreants live in Hollywood. But I wouldn't have it any other way unless you'd like to give me $10 million right now. I'll be the biggest lefty on the planet. Oh, yes.
I got $5.
I'll start. That's a good start, man.
What do you got, Mike?
All right.
But like you, I was in the film business too.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Mike, more with Mike of the Astrovan Z's and the Wonderhussy compadre and Tattoo Dave and 50 Cent slams L.A. over these flash mob robberies. That and much less in mere minutes on the big dog of broadcasting. It's Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com.
Like the legend of my phoenix. All ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Look. We've come too far to give up. keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio. The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion. Magic Matt Allen.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Big old nasty Hillary coming to dread Southern California. But as in every weather forecast here in the Southland, as we call it, those residents of Los Angeles, this usually is a dismal failure in their predictions.
Batten down the hatches.
Yeah, it's usually not as big, or it's a big nothing.
Well, Matt,
so who knows? Yeah, that's my brother Mark.
I will say this, though, because they're probably taking something from Hawaii, what happened with that dude that didn't set the alarms off. And so they're going, you know what, maybe we should be...
Oh, there's some lawsuits going to go down in Maui, man.
But overly
major,
prepared, because we don't want the same thing to happen if this hurricane actually does come and, kill some people. And
I doubt it's gonna. I don't smell that. I don't fathom that.
I don't
happening.
either. They say 5 inches of rain, though. Man, that's a lot of rain.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but you know what? We just had that much rain last winter.
We get that.
Yeah,
we get that crap all the time.
3 months. This is 2 days.
No. And the 3 month was like 30 inches.
I'm going to forget this if I don't break this down now. So. I'm with my hairstylist because we are in Southern California, so it's a hairstylist.
Did you talk about Cato's hairstylist too?
No. They broke up years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. But Cato Kalin did turn me on to. In fact, that's the best thing that Cato Kalin ever did in my life was turn me on to the greatest hairdresser. I love this gal. And by the way, a beautiful conservative gal. Her hubby is a cop for LAPD, and
God bless him.
Yeah. God bless him is right, because that's a tough putt these days, boy. Man. Yeah. But we were talking a little politics yesterday, and she said, do you know, in order to volunteer for my daughter's school, I have to show proof of, and I'm not going to say the word, starts with a V, has a lot to do with that flu we went through, but she needs to show proof of that in order to I said, are you sure this is current? Now, we're talking about August, the last part of August in 2023. And she said, oh, yes. I said, how strong did I tell you these friggin' teachers' unions are? I mean, these politicians live and die by the teachers' unions' requests. And these are the a-holes. I used to look up to teachers. It's been quite some time now. They are sniveling little babies. They ask for a huge pay increase, and they get it. And they get it. While so many people are trying to put food on their effing table here in Southern California, and certainly throughout the nation. I have friends in Wausau. What's up, Wausau? Wisconsin, who are having a tough time. But I'll tell you what, if you're part of that teachers union, man, you are taken care of. But she, in order to volunteer at her child's school, she has to show proof that she was needled. in this day and age, wait, do the math on this.
I don't get that.
It's ludicrous.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolute ludicrous.
They tried to take it. They tried to make it mandatory in my workplace, and they didn't. But because it was 100, more than 100 employees is what they're saying, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, in my field, there's only 10 or 12 on a job at a certain time.
Right.
So that's how he got. Our owner said no. BS.
Yeah.
We're not
Well, see,
look at from my perspective. Look at my business.
Right.
Yeah.
I have 300 people on my crew of one show.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were trying. They did make it mandatory.
Of course
for many
they did.
shows.
And for
we
those,
got lucky that Shamar, our number one, was against it.
and by the way, the show was what again?
SWAT,
which has been renewed.
Yeah.
And that Shamar dude seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Although he did very recently in the past 3 days post pictures of him and
on the
a couple
lines.
of other lead actors on the picket lines. So.
Oh well.
But I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? I mean, he is an actor.
Well, you know what he's doing? He's playing the game, man.
Yeah.
He's playing the game.
Well, look, speaking of teachers, man, my daughter's a teacher up in the Northwest, and she will even tell you she did go on the picket lines when the teachers went out, but she said I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I just did it to.
Hey, solidarity,
show
man.
face.
Solidarity.
It does show the strength of that union because look at what's happening here.
Oh, they're
in
massive.
Hollywood.
They're massive.
Yeah.
They're making, and they cry about the amount of money. Some of these teachers make well over $100,000 a year, and that's for 9 months.
Yeah.
My
That's
daughter's
for 9 or 10 months of work.
My daughter's on salary, and she really makes good money.
Yeah.
And she gets the summer off.
Right.
How beautiful is that?
Didn't I just say that?
I think you
That's
did.
the 9 months.
Many of my friends became teachers.
Yes, why? Because it's a
It was
cool
an easy
gig.
It was an easy gig.
Right.
That's what they perceived when we were young, graduating high school. They went to college to be teachers.
Yeah, right.
My dad
Many of
was a
them
teacher.
are more conservative-minded.
Yeah.
And the problem I have, and I tell them this, and I told them this when they were working. Now
Right.
they're all retired because we're old. Although I'm probably the youngest guy here, huh?
No.
No? I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
Look next to you on the left.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
like-
an old rabbit.
He looks good for 83.
I have one friend right now.
I'm wondering how Mike Z can look at me and think he's the youngest guy here.
no, wait.
Man, have I declined?
How about
What
looking
the
up?
hell?
It's like, what?
And I'm one of those insecure showbiz guys.
I didn't think I looked
a little
old
thing.
either.
I'm having
I
fun with
know.
Man, between Wonderhussy throwing me under the bus and Mike Z, and I asked for this.
it. Listen. So I've got this friend. She's a hardcore conservative teacher in North Jersey.
Yeah.
Still today.
Right.
The kids in her class are all minorities.
Right.
And she schools them all the time. And she's always telling me horror stories. And I keep telling her, you got to write it down. Because what they want to do is they want to be able to retire and they want to get their pensions and everything.
Right.
So they're afraid that if they speak out or rock the boat that they're not going to get it. That's why they keep their mouths shut. What pisses me off
it's
is...
true.
Yes, so many of my friends are retired and they've got their money coming in. Now they could tell the truth, but they don't. And if you don't speak up and tell what goes on,
Right,
nothing's ever going to change.
Yeah,
and I
right.
tell my conservative friends, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to ramble.
No, go.
Because the only way to fix it is from the education level.
Yes.
So if there's any rich conservatives listening to this,
Yeah.
and I've told you this to your faces, some of you, what you need to do is get together and organize like stipends and ways to fund people, and in particular, adults that maybe they want to go back to college.
Right.
And you say, look, you go to college, you go to get for a teaching degree. Maybe you want to teach history or something. And you get all your college paid for, you get enough money to live on, and the idea is you do two things. While you're in college, you out the professors.
Yeah.
Right there in class.
Nice.
You stand up and you go, I'm sorry, I just listened to everything you said. There's 80 people in the class.
Right.
And you say, everything you said is bullshit.
Yeah, right.
And here's why.
There's another bleep.
Sorry,
you got that?
I got it. Sorry.
Go ahead. Continue.
And you do that, and you have somebody film it.
Right.
And that's what you do.
Video.
Because if you don't correct
Videotape
them in the classroom...
Film's too expensive, Mike Z. Film's way too expensive.
It's on your camera.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
It's a digital thing, whatever that is.
Go ahead.
I'm totally inaccurate.
Yes.
You are the youngest guy here, so go ahead. Yeah.
But that's that's the only way to fix it is
Yeah.
in the classroom.
Yep.
Because what happens is, I went to college after the Marine Corps.
Right.
I was 23 years old.
You served our country.
All I did was get in trouble.
But
I got a lot
Thank
of
you for
trouble.
that, Mike.
thank you, bud. Thank you. We appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Another Marine. He'll be one of two Marines here when when our buddy Billy Dilly shows up.
Yeah, he's running a little late. He let me know.
Thank you, Mike. Continue.
So I'm lost my train of thought. I got to get used to this.
So you're talking about. So you went to college after
that's
the
right.
Marines.
So I was a man.
Yeah.
I've been living alone since I was 14.
Right.
I was a man.
You're no puss.
Yeah. And
Right.
I'm sitting in these classrooms, and at the time, this was early 90s. 91, 90, and I would hear things that my professors would say, and I would speak up in the class. I'd say,
boy. Yeah.
that's not how I see it.
Don't challenge your professors for one thing.
I'm the son of an immigrant.
Yeah.
You know, and they would just say the dumbest things. My philosophy professor and I would argue all the time, but I got straight A's.
Where are your parents from?
My dad was from Greece.
Right.
My mom was from New Jersey.
Yeah. So the immigrant, of course, is the gal from New Jersey. Yeah.
My dad, an interesting story. He was born in 1936. And first 9 years of his life is surviving World War II.
Right.
My father's grandfather once captured 3 Italians while he was taking a poop.
Is that
story.
right?
True story.
Wow.
And then, of course, the Italians use the feces to lay bricks.
Oh, no.
Well, you put it in between and then you build it up.
A little mortar.
No, those Italians, they can build.
Thrifty guys.
Oh, they're good with the bricks. Yes.
Greece was very good. If it wasn't for Greece in World War II, we would have had a harder time.
Yeah.
America, because Hitler had to divert troops to Greece because Italy couldn't take
Hey,
it.
Mike, did your dad invent the Euro sandwich?
No.
Okay, I'm just because I love a good Euro
But what I want to
sandwich.
say is my dad left home at 9 to fight during the Greek Civil War.
Wow.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
9 years old. They took 2 kids from every village. It's no joke.
Mike Z, you learned your manliness from your father.
Dude, 3 years old, he put a rifle to my shoulder, squeeze off around. They were teaching me how to kill stuff. They're holding up dead animals. I got a little gun and I'm shooting and they're dropping it.
How dare you?
8
How
years old, I
dare
could
you
survive in the wood.
kill live animals, Mike Z? How dare you?
You can't kill them when they're dead.
No,
No, you were killing them while they were dead. You were hanging them up.
I
for
was.
you.
I was.
How dare you? So how about since we're all in this mess here in Southern California together, and please don't feel as though you're counted out listening to us in other parts of the country and watching Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com, because you know this is happening where you are as well. This flash mob thing, and it really got big in San Francisco. Our brothers to the north of us by about 370 miles. And just screwed that town, and it's coming to Southern California now.
Oh, it's been there.
And why are the authorities not able to do anything? Because of the politicians and the laws laid down that you're not supposed to, as a security guard, do anything, say anything. You let them come in. My God, what a racket. What a good gig. If you can walk in and steal crap and you don't have to pay, why not?
Oh, yeah, no.
You know, I get pissed off. I was pissed off. I was shopping the other day, and I'm pissed off. I'm thinking, why don't I just take this stuff?
Grab some stuff.
Yeah. Well, why? Because I'm a white guy, and I swear to God, they'll come after me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't you think so, Mike Z? They will be putting the hammer down on me, but they'll let these gangs of 100 or 30 people completely run off with $300,000 worth of stuff.
I was at a get-together last night with a military woman, which she will be here next week, I believe.
Yeah.
You'll love this gal.
Uh-huh.
And she said that thing in Topanga Mall over here that just happened with 50 people, that bear spray.
Nordstrom's.
Go.
Anyway, so she said, these people in there, if they were armed, and the security guard, you shoot these guys in the face. Don't ask questions. Just take them out.
And you know what happens? You go to jail.
Yes, sir. That's
And
the problem.
therein lies the problem here in Southern California.
This is why I stay home. Because I would be
David,
the one.
No, hey, Dave, you
That's
know,
the truth.
and I've talked to my brother
I
about
don't go
this
out anymore because I'm afraid I might hit somebody.
Exactly. That's my exact philosophy.
I would have a very tough time.
I have a
in
hard
this
time
day
just driving around.
Well, first of all, I never visit. It's been years since I've been in a shopping mall. Okay,
God.
I avoid those
Same.
places like the plague.
I
But
hate 'em.
Stores, man.
there was a time when I would be in a shopping mall every couple of weeks, but that was years ago. But if I saw this happening, I would have a really tough time not friggin' swinging at one of these sons of bitches and smacking them right up.
Those
just
videos
an
are out there.
uppercut.
Yeah.
And I would probably, even unarmed, I would get in trouble for this.
Matt, as well you know, I sleep with my firearms next to me.
Yeah.
And I picture the worst case scenario. Somebody kicks the door in.
I got a funny story about that.
Somebody kicks the door in, so I'm going to shoot them.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of business. You know who they're going to investigate?
Unfortunately, you have to kill them. Unfortunately,
you
you
have
have
to drag him into your house.
No.
you
They're
have to
already in
kill.
the house.
You have to kill them.
They're already in the house.
Yeah, they're in the house.
One night I was dead asleep, middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And
This is Larchmont,
Yes,
Hollywood
where I live,
area.
where I
Okay.
live.
Yeah.
And I hear, which by the way, I have pulled my firearm out there before.
Yeah.
Because people breaking in and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I hear a pounding on my back door. pounding, 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 pounding. And it wakes me up, but I'm still not awake. And then I hear somebody trying to jiggle the handle.
Oh,
and I grab my 357.
Yeah.
And
That's a good old hog leg.
I've got a raging hard on.
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Okay.
So I go to the back door.
Didn't need to hear that.
It makes the story funny.
Part of the story.
I go to the back door with 2 guns. So I go to the back door. It's my neighbor from downstairs, frantic because a pipe burst.
Oh!
And so I have to go down there and fix it for her. And I told her, I said, you came very close to having your head blown off.
So did you kill her? No. Oh, come on.
She doesn't talk to me anymore.
Mark, that's not where this is going.
Oh, I thought he.
Yeah.
I can't tell you this.
No, I was following you, and let me tell you, we have brilliant listeners and viewers to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, so they knew where this was going. The only one that didn't was my brother Mart. So yes, I'm with you on this.
Yeah. But she could have, something bad could happen. I'm not the type to just.
Something very bad could have happened. A couple bad things, as a matter of fact.
Sounds like you're a responsible gun owner, though.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
All right. A lot to get to when we return on the big dog of broad chasing. Meant to say casting. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Hey, Al Sharpton's in the news.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I was in New York on the radio when Al Sharpton and that whole Tawana Brawley thing went down.
Yeah.
And the fact that anyone gives this piece of crap, this illiterate son of a bitchin' numbskull, any sort of credibility blows my mind. Will be this in mere seconds on Outlaw Radio.
Stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, old Michael's the Copolis, a.k.a. Mike Z. Your friend on YouTube, Mike Z, who believes in Astrovans, truth, justice, and fun. And I'll tell you something that sort of blew my mind. I had no idea he was tethered to a dude named Sabo, who is one of the greats here in Southern California. It's the pseudonym of a dude who happens to be on the right, which simply means he's not a big dummy. He's a street artist, formerly active here in Los Angeles. I don't know where the hell he is now.
Colorado.
He's in Palo Alto?
Colorado.
Oh, he's in Colorado. So he got the hell out of SoCal?
He lost his mind a couple years ago.
No, he did.
But he's back on track.
So his name derives from sabat, a weapon most commonly used in firearm or cannon ammunition.
Still pronounced Sabo.
And is it? It's still okay, Sabo.
The T is silent.
And explain some of what, and when we're talking about this graffiti art, and he really is a great artist.
Yes.
And what
This guy's well known.
Explain, because we were talking about this a few years ago on the show, but explain for those who
I can get him on the show if you want.
We would love him on the show. Dig this. What is it that he did to billboards here in Southern California?
So what he would do is the billboard would come up and it would trigger him. And the beauty of Sabo is he's got a giant printer. It takes up a whole room.
Okay.
And he learned computer graphics. And he can take any image and manipulate it.
Right.
And then he has the ability to print it as huge as he wants to print it.
Yeah.
And then we go out there and change the billboard.
Plaster it on.
You were with him?
I was the guy climbing the billboard and making
See?
it happen.
Oh my God!
How cool
this
is
guy's a badass.
No. How
3 o'clock in the morning, no harness is nothing. Like a gorilla.
How cool is this, Mike Z? Okay, Mike Z, break down a couple of the billboards. Tell me what were on those in the beginning, and then what you slapped up there.
Well, okay.
Couple of your faves.
One of my favorites is the Maxine Waters.
All right.
So there was right there on Pico, there's a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and there's a billboard there, and they had the Friday the 13th with Jason up there with a knife.
Yeah.
And I sent you some pictures.
Yeah.
And in one of the pictures, you can see my head in it.
Yeah.
You see how huge it is.
Right.
So I got up there, lowered some lines, and we pulled up a giant, that disheveled picture of her.
Yes.
Of Maxine Waters.
By the way, how do you make Maxine Waters look any worse than she already looks?
Yeah.
Right?
That was a gift from God.
That's a credit
And
to
that's
you.
what Sabo is.
That's a credit to you, Mike Z, and Sabo.
He does it all. I just helped make him happen.
Dude, but you do the physical, but you're climbing this crap.
But he
dude.
makes the art happen. If
I
he
know.
didn't produce the art,
By the way, he is well known.
So give me another famous billboard that
Well,
you
you know where
participated
I'm going.
in altering. Go.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, we changed to Once Upon a Time in Pedowood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that was a fun. Now, by the way,
national news, man.
Sabo, he has his book.
Yeah.
He's got it all out, and he's looking for a publisher right now. He sent me a link to it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He asked if I should have blocked my face, and I said no.
Right.
I'm proud of it.
God bless
but
you.
can't the
that's the one.
Mike Z, can't the authorities come after you even now though?
I was going to ask that too.
No. Like nothing we do is permanent. It comes right off. So it's just
vinyl,
and it normally doesn't last. I mean, like that.
They can't get you. They can't trespass you though.
Interesting.
No, I mean, first of all, I don't care.
Trespass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't care.
That's what it's called, Dave.
Did he say trespass you?
Yep, that's what it's called.
But I got to tell you, there are two guys that were they spearheaded this, and we've got one of them in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. And I love Mike Z that you not only participated, but you were tandem with this Sabo character, doing the right thing in SoCal.
Let me tell you how this happened.
Yeah.
What happened was I have a friend who's also a badass. His father is he was a well-known artist. He's in the Permanent Collection Museum of Modern Art. He introduced me to his son. Are we cutting out?
Well, we are, but
gonna go to break.
How long is this going to take?
You better cut out.
All right, dig this. do you notice this?
But it's a good story.
Hey,
Come back.
Tattoo Dave's been trying to take over the show, and now Mike Z.
no, Mike, he did it right when he walked in.
Yeah, it's the Mike Z show.
I'm not going to apologize.
On Magic That's Outlaw Radio.
I love this
Hey,
guy.
Wonderhussy, here on the show in mere minutes.
I got a bone to pick with her.
You do? Yeah. All right, when we return.
Out on the street, I was talking to a man. He said there's so much, but there's nothing, man, that I don't understand. You shouldn't worry, I said that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next time. There's no mountain you can climb, and if you get it wrong, you get it right next time. Next time.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey,
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. It was lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Yeah, we do this as a public service. Please don't call to thank us, but do follow us on rumble.com, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and subscribe on YouTube, my friendlies.
And man, I want to give a little thank you to our folks in Wisconsin that send us this meats and cheeses.
Oh yeah,
I ate some more of the sharp cheddar, and it just blows my mind.
Yeah, when you get that 14-year-old aged cheddar from Wisconsin, God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah.
Nobody knows meats and cheeses like Wisconsin, and beef jerky. Who knew that they made some of the most incredible beef jerky?
Somebody stole mine.
And that is God's food. Beef jerky is God's food. That's what we were supposed to eat. You know, when I'm talking to Mike Z, who is on the verge of becoming a YouTube phenom, not unlike Wonderhussy, who we're trying to scurry up here on the phone. But, and I thought she was ghosting us last week, and then she called me and she, I wouldn't ghost you, Matt. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm just trying to live my life.
Leave me alone, stalker.
And I said, Sarah Jane, what does that mean? She said, I don't know. I don't know what that means. But I love her. I love her dearly. And she is a phenom on YouTube. And I discovered her during this travesty that was going down outside of Las Vegas at that, that big dam? You know, some people know about old Hoover Dam.
A little bit, yeah.
And the fact that the water was receding like a son of a bitch. Well, that's the first Wonderhussy I ever saw, was her out there. And I thought, and since then, I've told her, I said, don't ever do this without makeup ever again. And so since, what? You just pointed to me, Mike Z.
Keep going.
So, okay.
We'll talk about that.
Hold on a second. So are you on the same page here? Okay. See, what?
Hey, guess what? I got a surprise guest for us on the line.
What is it? Is it the Wonderhuss?
I sure am.
Is it the Wonderhuss?
Say hello.
All right, and I was just talking about Wonderhussy and makeup, and she loves to. She may hang up now, because she throws me under the bus every time she has a chance, and I think it's because of that makeup line a while ago, and say, hey, listen. We all love a beautiful made-up woman. So that's not a put-down, Wonderhussy. So she's not there.
Yes.
Yeah,
she's there.
No. So,
I don't think she knew you were talking to her.
No. I don't think she wants to talk about this. And but
well, talk about makeup. What do you want to talk about? What's to talk about?
Well, you are the queen of makeup, and what I wanted to know is how long does it take you to get all gussied up?
Well, if I want to get real gussied up, it'll take me an hour, and I don't like to be rushed. If I just do a quickie, I can get ready in 30 minutes.
Okay, but you don't. Now, what does that mean? You don't want. So, if there's some guy around saying,
"Hey, you guys have anything better to talk about? Isn't a hurricane bearing down on you right now?"
Hey, Sarah, this is a big one. This is a big one. We're gonna get hit. Southern California's gonna get wiped off the face of the map.
That's my brother Mart, Wonderhussy.
Marty thinks California's going to be an island.
Death Valley.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll hit Death Valley too. But I got a feeling, because these prognosticators out here in Southern California are usually wrong about this, so it'll probably be just a thimbleful of water That's probably what'll.
I hope you're right, brother, because I got big plans. I'm supposed to leave for Burning Man on Wednesday, and a hurricane is not part of my plan.
Yeah, we were talking about you and Burning Man just a few minutes ago and how much we adore that and wish that we were there with you. Isn't that what we were saying, Mike Z? Mike Z, isn't that what we were saying?
180 degrees from that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the deal.
What's up, baby?
So this lovely Wonderhussy did this great sort of magnifying glass on the life of Evel Knievel.
That was great.
And I really enjoyed this, and you can find this by punching in Wonderhussy in your the nearest YouTube near you. And this is a man that I met, Wonderhussy, about 20 years ago at a place here in the Valley called the Valley Inn. It was just he and I at the bar, and I look over, and you know the man. I mean, you know that's Evel Knievel. So a couple bourbons in, I had to walk over there and say, I had to meet you. Should I call you Evel Knievel? He said, call me whatever you want. And so when you double down and you talk about folks talking and discussing the life and times of Evel and those who knew him, saying he wasn't really the nicest guy, I must tell you that you're right. You are correct. He's not the most affable. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but not the most affable. And at that time, he was doing half real beer and half O'Doul's. So he was cutting down on the
25 Percocet.
Yeah, 25 Percocet, right? But he was cutting down on the old boozeroo at that time. But you're right. Yeah, he was.
No wonder he was grumpy.
Yeah, a little bit grumpy.
Well, you know what they say. The whatever substance you choose makes you more of whether you're a bad person, good person. It accelerates it.
Is that right?
So,
accentuates.
Yeah, so like you see when Marty drinks, he becomes more of a dummy.
I love how these people try to attack me.
Okay.
I mean, it's so stupid.
Couple questions.
Wow.
Lovely Wonderhussy in Goldfield, Nevada, and I'm wondering why you did not participate in the Muckin competition.
No, I had to film it. I couldn't participate. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And, it wouldn't have been right. It wouldn't have been fair for me to come in and, blaze through all these other muckers. And, that's what they do. They're minors. Let them have their fun. Let them win their money. I've got, plenty of other stuff.
Well, yeah, but that's sort of a lame excuse that you had to videotape this because your one-legged minor could have taken up that part of the gig while you were mucking.
Oh, no, he couldn't. Listen, I asked him to record the parade for me because I was in it and I couldn't film it, and he bungled that. So, no, I'm not going to trust my one-legged minor.
Okay.
My one-legged minor.
I would have done it.
Okay, Wonderhussy, did you at least poke around in the Mozart Tavern?
Oh, sure did. I did more than poke around. I mean, I had a few drinks, had some food. It was a great place. Have you been there?
Years and years ago, and I believe at one time there were more bars in Goldfield, Nevada, which is right between Las Vegas and Reno, and on the 90, 95, whatever the hell that is. And
yeah, right halfway on the 95.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
it's...
And there's two or three bars there now, but see, you got to come up during Goldfield days because that's when the secret bar is open.
Hey, were you
trip.
oh, yeah, that sounds like a great road trip. Were you comped your place to stay there?
Yes, they invited me. The Chamber of Commerce invited me to come up. They gave me some gas money. They put me up, which is why I didn't participate in the mucking contest. I felt like I had to do a good job shooting the video.
See, the truth comes out.
No, I knew we'd get the truth. And by the way, they should be taking care of you as we put you up. And Tattoo Dave, our producer, promised you a full tank of gas. And did you get it?
Not yet.
Well, not yet, but he's going to make good on it.
I am.
I'll see to that. Don't worry.
But I gave Sarah a nice bed to sleep in,
and we gifted lovely Sarah Jane, aka Wonderhussy, on YouTube, a beautiful bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Have you finished that? I bet you haven't even finished that thing yet.
Oh God.
Oh, come on.
Well, there's about a third of it left, and I'm taking that with me. The Burning Man.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, don't you get after a couple days? Don't you get a little stinky out there in Burning Man?
No, because it's totally dry environment. You know, I have my ways of staying clean.
Sarah doesn't stink.
No.
She doesn't stink. I vouch for that.
Off in your pits and your crack, and you're good to go. You know, like you can do it.
Oh boy! I just, and I'll tell you what. When you hear females talk about bodily function stuff, it's like, oh,
hey, I'll tell you how much of the same page we're on with Mike Z.
Yeah, Tattoo Dave.
Watching the video that they did, the Steel Path video.
Yeah.
Mike instinctively said, something about selling the seat she was on. Because she was all, and she jumped in and said, "Yeah, I'm real sweaty," and we had the same concept with the sheets.
Yeah, what do they smell like, Dave?
Marty, I don't know because you've never let him
tumbleweed.
You've never let him out of your grabs.
No, I will tell you that, and we can say
You could have
this.
sold those sheets.
I still have them.
No, we're working on them. No, we're working on it.
She'll autograph it for you. She's very cool.
Listen to me. It'll be a Sotheby's auction in December.
Be like the Shroud of Turin.
Hey, Matt, can I ask Sarah something?
The Shroud of Wonderhussy. Yes, go ahead, Mart.
Hi, Sarah. It's Marty.
She doesn't know that.
So I text you. You probably maybe I should have said who it was. I don't know if you have me in your contacts, but I text you about the latch on your back door, your Toyota. That I said it's a Striker because you couldn't come up with the name of the part.
Yeah.
That was me that did that. I don't know if you knew that, but you know what? You just no response. I said I hope this helps.
If we would answer the text.
No. Rude.
If I would have stayed.
Maybe I didn't get it. I answer all my texts.
Okay, well, no, because I saw the video and I said, okay, I know what this is because I just went through this crap with my doors and my Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
And it's called a Striker. So that's the part you probably already have it fixed.
I worry about Wonderhussy.
I see your message now. I'm sorry I didn't.
Okay.
It's okay, baby. No, it's good.
Wonderhussy, I worry about you and these so-called mechanics that you deal with.
Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me.
Oh, so it's bugging
She
you
gets
too,
gouged.
right?
She gets gouged.
I don't trust her.
I don't trust these guys. I think that they are more likely to gouge you because you know nothing about the mechanics of a vehicle. Go, Mike Z.
If I would have spent one more day at Saline Valley with her, there's a bunch of stuff on her car I could have fixed right then and there. I had the tools and everything.
Mike, I didn't even know you were there. Hi, Mike.
Hey,
He said hello to you.
I said, hey, baby.
Well, there's a lot of voices going on. I couldn't hear. Hey, wow, that's awesome. I'm glad it worked out.
I tried calling you this week, but I know you're busy.
How busy can Wonderhussy be, for God's sake?
Everybody loves her.
She's busy.
Yeah, she is. And we learn from her videos. And she's articulate and fun going. And I mentioned this earlier to Mike Z that you are a pragmatist, and you certainly don't swing for any team on the right or the left politically, but you are a lover of America.
She's a humanist.
And yes. Well, aren't we all? I mean, I would like to be in that category, and I certainly am.
Well, we are, but not we all. When you generalize that by the population, and that's not the case.
Yeah, but now you're talking about the lefties. Now, here's the deal, and I don't want to get you stuck into some sort of political quagmire here, Wonderhussy, but the fact that you love small government, and it seems that you like small government, and do you understand that us who veer to the right politically, we adore small government? Did you know that?
Yeah, some of y'all do. Some of y'all seem to like collecting your disability checks and whatnot.
Now hold on a second. Now disability. Now that's a different animal. But now you're talking about sort of a lefty stance. You mean collecting everything that they can from the government?
Right. Well, I'm just saying there's a lot of people who act like they're righties and then they have their hand out.
Agreed.
Oh yeah,
I'm with her.
No, she's right, man.
You know what I mean?
I don't even go to the VA.
Yeah, wow. And you could. And you certainly could, man, because you served our country.
Well, you know what, though?
Yeah, well, the VA, that's fair. You did what you had to do to get that, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Some of these people that are milking the system, and they're still pretending to be conservative and in favor of small government. It's like, okay, come on. Listen, I'm just anti-hypocrites, okay?
Yeah,
Thank you. Bless you.
Hypocrisy, that's me.
But the VA is the best place to get best prices on drinks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Well, you're talking about the VFW in the American
VFW,
Legion.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the VFW.
You're right.
Yeah, the VA, I don't know if they're really I guess they they could, but
I think they might.
I just meant the V.
No, the VFW.
Yeah.
You know, and in these small towns, even like a Goldfield, there's usually a VFW still lingering after all these years. And Wonderhussy, with all of your escapades and all of these great small mining towns and ghost quote-unquote towns in the desert, whenever you see a VFW or an American Legion, you really should poke around in there, because I believe they would welcome you with open arms.
No, maybe I will. I usually just lurk around the perimeter because there's usually helicopters and stuff out there.
You lurk? Are you a lurker? Okay. What I want to know is, how did Wonderhussy and this Astrovan magnate Mike Z get together? How did you two meet? Who wants to start this story?
Well, I will say this.
Okay, get on that mic, Mike.
I saw her on being interviewed by Bob Wells, and I listened to her, and there was a couple things that I picked up on. The adorable lisp. Love the lisp.
I never noticed a lisp.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a lisp, Wonderhussy?
I don't think I do, but sometimes it comes off that way on camera. So yeah, I don't know.
There's just something.
She does.
She's got a pretty.
It's very slight. It's
so hold on a second. So maybe she's a man trying to be a woman.
No,
because,
no. I can vouch for the fact she's not a man.
But okay, I think we'll get to that. I believe, but you know that all of these guys who want to come off as a woman, they overdo that big lisp.
No, they don't.
And women don't even talk like that. They simply don't talk with a lisp. So weirdest thing. So Mike Z, please.
Yeah. So then she also talked about how she used to be a nude model.
Yes.
And I know a lot of those gals here in California, and I thought,
how dare you?
So and I thought, well, that's interesting. I already know how her mind is slightly, and that was it. Then I started watching some of her videos, and it just so happened at that time she did a video where she said, "Ask me anything, send her an email."
All right.
And she did something already. She had a friend who has an Astrovan, and she said in that video she was genuinely interested in them. So I sent her a note, not thinking anything of it, like, "Hey, I got a 4x4 Astrovan. You know, you might be." She actually got back to me. Actually, in her video, she read it. I was kind of shocked by that. I was like, "Oh wow, she's actually reading these notes."
Look at that, Wonderhussy.
Yeah,
you're a celebrity, my friend.
She said right there. She said, "Listen, I definitely want to."
Yay!
Yeah. She said, "Send me another email. I definitely want to see the van."
Right.
And that's what started the whole thing.
Well, I thought, didn't you tell me this was going to be an interesting story?
Right.
Okay, Mike Z.
It gets interesting later when we actually met.
Now, hold on a second. So, how do you know she's a real woman? Did you hot tub together? What'd you do? Did you visit a springs together? What was it?
So forgive me, Sarah.
No, go ahead. I'm sure. The one thing about this lovely woman, aka awesome. Wonderhussy, is that she lets it all hang out, and she will not be offended by anything you happen to say.
That's what I love about her.
All right. Am I right?
We told her she's one of the bros.
Yeah,
so she can give it out.
But Mike,
sense of humor.
Mike Z. That's why I call her a broad. Yeah. A broad is a term of infection. No, it's a term of affection, and it means that she's one of the guys, even though she's feminine and she's a lovely woman, but she's one of the guys, and she's not offended by BS.
Those Jersey girls we talked about earlier, they have no problems with the word broad either.
You bet your ass they don't. That's why I love the Jersey girls. And P.S., a lot of the Texas gals, same way.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. So Mike Z,
so she invited me out,
how do you know that this is a real woman?
She invited me out to this place.
All right.
This hot springs out in the middle of the desert.
Yep.
In the valley. And I show up late at night. The next morning, my campsite happened to be right next to her truck. I went over there to say hi to her, and she walks out from behind the truck, not a stitch of clothes.
Completely nude.
Completely naked.
All right.
All right, nothing bad here.
Nothing bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I have nothing but positive things to say.
Haven't heard a bad thing yet.
But
You guys are getting creepy now.
Okay.
She was so cool. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I averted my eyes. I was like looking up at the sky.
But let me ask you, Mike. Did she warn you that if when you were coming over that she might be in the buff?
Well, she had mentioned that it's a hot spring, so people don't wear clothes.
Okay,
so that was fine.
So she did give you, here.
By the way, I didn't wear clothes either for 4.5 days.
Oh, I don't want to picture that, bro.
That was awesome.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to see that. But
how's it hanging?
But Mike Z.
It was a great time.
Do you think Wonderhussy? Okay, since I have Wonderhussy on the phone here for a couple more minutes, you understand that when a heterosexual male sees
it was hard.
Well,
it wasn't hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Sees a naked female with a nice body and certainly, in my opinion, if you don't mind me saying, a beautiful posterior, and
she got the nicest ass on the planet.
Okay, Mart. Okay, who's making it creepy now? Now, here's the thing.
Boy.
Do you understand that we are thinking? You do know, as a woman, that we are thinking about sex, right? You do know that.
Well, I didn't really think you guys were thinking at all, but okay, that's
There we go. There we go. So you're not going to answer seriously or honestly. You do know that guys do when we see the hey nanny that we are thinking about investigating and getting closer. I mean, you do know that.
That's why I cultivate a big, thick, jungly bush.
Oh, jeez! Oh, God!
I wish.
You can't see.
Oh, jeez!
Yeah, but you know what? Some of us like that.
Okay, yeah. Hey, by the way, I got no problem there.
I like her word jungly.
Yeah, but jungly. Okay.
If you need a Sherpa, it's too much.
Ladies and Doberman, the great Sherpa-esque.
Well, hold on.
Wonderhussy. Yes, Mark?
Really quickly, I want to tell Sarah that
yes.
My daughter was in town a couple weeks ago, Sarah, and I turned her on to your videos, and she is your biggest fan right now. She's following you on Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah, her name's Jacqueline. Jacqueline shared she started following you. I think she did a DM. I said, she's not going to get back to you. She doesn't know who you are, but she loves what you do.
All right.
Everything about you.
Okay.
I love that. Well, I'll tell her I said hi. I'll look for her DM.
Okay.
Okay. Now, listen, you little mucker.
I love Sarah.
I wish you nothing but the best. Well, hey, Mike Z, and be 100% honest. Can you not tell that with our grace when speaking to this lovely woman, how much we adore her as well?
Absolutely.
So we're kindred.
Nothing negative has been said.
We're kindred spirit because there's
never could
nothing
be.
negative to say.
There's nothing negative to say, and we're looking forward to that next trip, which should be pretty soon.
Gas, Dave.
Out here to Southern California, when you visit Mike Z and you come over to the show, and this time, this is my one regret, and this has been pissing me off. Once a week I think about it.
The Bloody Mary.
Yes, because Wonderhussy brought this up, and I thought, well, no, she has to get on the road, and she really wasn't serious about wanting a Bloody Mary. I promise you the world's greatest Bloody Mary on your next visit.
Okay, and how about don't be hungover next time?
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, that stands in her mind.
Fun.
Yeah.
She had to hang out with me outside all night, which is a brutal
Yeah,
problem.
it was. I mean, I enjoyed your company, Marty, but yeah, it was kind of like, wow, you want to play poker with Kato? Kayla, you invited me all the way out. You're going to play poker.
I thought the same thing, Sarah.
Really?
Dude, you loved it. Yeah, because after the show we played poker and.
I said, you guys are going inside. Sarah's here. She came from Death Valley, and you're going inside.
No. And P.S. That's a really good point, and the fact, and that's not simply a female thing, but sort of. It's sort of. It's like, pay attention to me. I came all this way.
Well, she did.
Spend time with me, and you were 100% correct. So I don't apologize for anything, but I do want you to know that I feel bad for that, and that won't happen again, probably.
If you come on a Friday.
Wonderhussy. Come over and drink with us on a Friday, so you will be hungover for the show. There you go.
Sarah, are you coming out?
Yeah, she's coming out. Oh, yeah.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, we'll see.
All right. Okay, Wonderhussy, I love you dearly.
Love you, Sarah.
Continue the great work on YouTube. She is a phenom.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you for answering. By the way, you have lots of fans that were asking about you on our channel.
Yeah.
So where's Wonderhussy? Where's Wonderhussy? And we couldn't get you.
Okay, you don't need to stroke her anymore. I think she's had just enough. We'll be this after back on the on the big dog of broadcasting.
I don't think so.
Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Thank you for being there.
You guys are listening to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, watching YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, and the great radio stations nationwide. Just wanted to say we love you, peace, thank you. We love you, keep listening.
passive aggressive has a new home. You're listening to Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It's Outlaw Radio time!
And it appears that all this frivolity happens from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar in the hills of the San Fernando Valley, smoking, drinking, interrupting. Welcome to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble.com and YouTube and Twitter. Yeah, this dude just died, man, from the band.
We're going to keep playing tribute.
Well, this is...
Matt's had this on the bumper for...
Yeah, this is one of his great songs. Hey, what is up with this Kid Rock drinking Bud Light again?
What a disappointment.
No, but what the hell? This sort of slapped me upside the head, man. He was seen drinking Bud Light after he helped he spearheaded.
He's the first one to shot the can.
This boycott. Anheuser-Busch, in an apparent sign that his personal boycott is over, he was drinking Bud, and of course, leave it to TMZ to capture old Kid Rock sipping from a Bud Light can on Thursday during a Cold Fort concert in Nashville, Tennessee. And I love how now this is a quote. So whoever wrote this, and I found this on Breitbart, so I know that this did not come from them because they would never put it this way. I don't think so. But they call him, and I quote, the former rocker.
What?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
He's pretty relevant.
No, isn't that a weird thing to say?
Yeah, former rocker.
The former rocker seemed pretty relaxed as he clutched the blue can, taking sips while chatting and laughing with some friends.
Now, do you think he did this for...
TMZ reported, unclear if there were other beer options available.
That's what I was going to say.
But Kid Rock's choice seems pretty shocking, considering how hard he went in on this brand.
Keeping Bud Light relevant.
He did it for attention, man. He did it.
Help launch, of course.
He doesn't need attention.
Kid Rock spearheaded this friggin' boycott after the brand partnered with transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney. And I don't feel that I need to say this again, but I will. That, hey, Dylan, have a happy life. Do your thing. You know, you're laughing all the way to the bank. I know you're making a ton of money. I find you creepy. You're not my cup of tea. I don't care. I'm a big fan of America, which means do your thing.
Yeah, but his rant seems to imply that he's not making that much money anymore.
I believe he's full of crap,
right,
man.
Yeah,
I believe he's totally full of crap.
Caricature of a woman.
But
not even a woman, a teenage girl.
Here's a guy that will always be, no matter how much money he siphons out of companies, he will always be the victim.
Yeah. Attention's more important to him.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. That's what this whole thing is about.
And I was going to say, before you get too far off, I don't think there was another choice for Kid Rock.
No, you're wrong. I think Kid Rock did it. Even if he put water in it, or he did something to the can, the guy knows what he's doing. He's
is your brother a conspiracist now?
No, he's a smart guy.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
He's out in public.
Yeah, but but why, Marge?
Yeah, come on, man.
What is the other shoe that could possibly drop on this?
Knowing him, he'll come out and tell us.
With him, first of all, he doesn't need the attention. Second of all, he doesn't need the money. And second of all, bad publicity isn't always good publicity.
No, and you're right, because did he not know?
Maybe Bud Light cut him a check.
Did he not know that?
No,
Well,
that could be.
I said that about Garth Brooks,
yes,
for God's sakes.
Yes, you did.
I said that there was some secret handshake and several $1 million.
Save the company.
And
you watch this come out.
Save the company, Garth.
We'll give you 1,000 rounds for your AK.
And guess what? And Mike Z, that'll never come out about Garth Brooks. But I'm telling you, I know that money exchanged hands, man. Something went down there. No, I have no proof, so you can't sue me. But I'm telling you, I ain't a big dummy. So something went down. And what's happening here with Kid Rock drinking Bud Light again? absolutely blows my mind.
We don't even know if it's again. It was maybe a one-time thing, and I'm telling you, there was probably another option. I did a show with him, Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
And we dressed this house on the top of the Palisades. He did a concert for this show called Silicon Valley on HBO.
Right.
And he was the nicest guy, and all he wanted was a two ice chests, one with Coors Light and one with Jack Daniels.
Oh, no kidding.
So he doesn't even drink Bud Light.
No, he doesn't drink Bud Light.
Wow.
So he's doing okay.
That supports your point.
Right. It's going to come out, and Dave. Yeah.
I'm telling you, there was no option. He wanted a beer and had a excuse me.
I see what he's saying.
Beer.
He's saying that he wanted a beer and that was the only beer they had.
Yes.
It could be.
Okay. Well, I mean, that could be.
You should have put a koozie over it.
But the problem is,
if he happened to have one in his pocket.
I can't say koozie.
Cozy.
And you're right.
Koozie?
I mean, hide it in some way if you're going to do that.
Put duct tape around his
Hey, speaking of big dummies, and we weren't because we are still. Listen, the jury's out on this Kid Rock thing. We will wait for the final definition of what the hell came down.
Yeah.
But this man is a big dummy. I was in New York where this entire Tawana Brawley thing went down.
Oh, here we go.
This Tawana party. I would do a different rap song every other day on Z100 in New York. Because if you don't know, supposedly these white guys raped a gal named Tawana Brawley. It was 100% fabricated. Supposedly. It was completely orchestrated by Al friggin' Sharpton. And the fact that anyone gives him credibility or the time of day shows you how stupid half of the people in this country happen to be. As Al Sharpton slams Trump's riggers, RIGGERS attack, and GOP's blatant racism and blatant violence.
Oh, boy.
That's blatant racism and blatant violence. What'd you say, Al? I'm pretty simple before.
I feel good.
Blatant racism. Is this the kind of party the Republicans want to show the country that they are? The Reverend Al Sharpton has joined a growing chorus against Donald Trump's use of the word. If this doesn't shed a spotlight on how stupid and how race-baiting these people are, nothing is going to do this for you. Donald Trump's use of the word riggers. It's a real word.
I was a rigger.
It's a real word.
Yeah, that's funny.
As the former president lashes out at black prosecutors and judges overseeing the criminal cases against him for his attempts to subvert the 2020 election. Of course,
like he needs any more diversion.
Subverted, right?
Yeah.
Civil rights activists also condemned an apparent refusal from Republican Party leadership and other GOP officials to denounce Mr. Trump's statement received by his supporters in far-right online forums and social media as an apparent appeal to their racism and support for political violence. Mr. Trump has repeatedly hurled abuse at Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, who has received a barrage of harrowing emails and threats while leading a sprawling criminal case. You understand, if they're not victims, they have no platform.
Yes, sir. Of course.
They have to be victims, and there has to be a major amount of race baiting involved. It has to be a racial thing, because without that, the Democrats have nothing. Riggers has long been used as a barely veiled racist slur against black Democratic officials and voters, they say. Shortly after Mr. Trump's use of the word, a flood of racist messages filled far-right pro-Trump online forums. Similar attacks using the word towards Mr. Sharpton also surfaced across social media after his Morning Joe appearance. Boy, there's a brain trust. Whoo, that God. Joe Scarborough. Wee doggy.
I got to tell you, I'm getting a real kick out of this, Matt, because
why?
I drive the Rigging Electric crew on my show.
Yes.
So when it's time to go or when I'm looking for them, I get on the radio, I go, Where's my little riggers?
Where's my little riggers?
Yeah.
Where are the riggers?
And man, by the way,
Is that what this is about? Because of the way the words.
Yes.
Yeah,
Could be construed with an N.
Mr. Sharpton and Mr. Trump formerly had crossed paths as high-profile New Yorkers before Mr. Trump's presidential ascent, but Mr. Sharpton has asserted that he had no relationship with the former president and that their unlikely and frequent alliances were merely transactional. Mr. Trump has called him a con man, a troublemaker, always looking for a score. Well, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, Mr. Trump, yes, that's about right.
God bless you.
He certainly is a con man, and this man has a real problem with the word riggers, and he says, well, you know, Mr. Sharpton says, well, you know what that means. That's, are you effing kidding me?
Hey, man,
Are you effing kidding me?
I was in a place called...
That means the N-word? Are these people on drugs?
Anything and everything they can use.
Mart, just take a chill pill. I promise you'll be able to get it out there.
But
I
as I'm
promise
talking,
I'll
he
give...
interrupts.
Mart,
You're fine.
But I promise...
This guy.
Oh, I'm more than fine. Go, Mart.
Oh, you're great. Bellevue, Washington is... Anyway, I was up in Bellevue, Washington, and I was rigging for a tower crane. You know what a tower crane is, right? Wait, okay.
Absolutely.
So I was the rigger. All right, we have a rigger today. That's what I was doing, and I would harness stuff up for the operator. I was a rigger. They called me the rigger.
So Mike Z, you rigged as well.
Mike Z's a rigger on billboards.
You're a rigger.
Company, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but it's...
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
It's all about emotion.
Of course it is.
Once they get you emotional,
yes.
then logic goes out the window, and then they start programming your mind with nonsense. That's what the media does. That's why they call it programming.
You know Mike Z, who, by the way, you can find him on YouTube, Mike Z. I will tell you this, that it
pisses me off.
It's of course it does.
All of us.
It honks all of us off because we do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Well, we know that they're programming people with this nonsense.
Yes. Well, you know who is programmed beyond belief? I will tell you who is programmed beyond belief. Do you know the number one constituency of the Democrats? The one faction that the Democrats can count on more than any other. Now you'll say, well, it's got to be the blacks. The blacks, they've got about depending on whether Trump is running, they've got about 76% of our black brethren in there for the Democrats. But even more,
think it's dwindling.
Even more, yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, because they've had enough of this crap. It's like, show us the proof that you're helping us, and they can't because they're doing just the opposite.
They love Trump. They used to love him.
Oh, here's the dealio. It is white single women. Single women. It starts with white single women and then all ethnicities, single women. The number one faction that the Democrats can count on for votes, white single women.
Well, Matt, what do you identify as?
So what?
What do you identify as?
I am a white single woman, but I
thought you were a black.
I am not in lockstep with these other women.
Hey, speaking of identifying, HP from New York City says it's embarrassing how these boys are so blatantly lusting after Sarah.
Why is that embarrassing?
Why? How is that
embarrassing for them? And it also says, Matt, we don't even know if your brother is a real woman. That's from Jay Jenkins.
That is true.
God bless you.
The jury is that.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't know either.
We
haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
And greetings to Todd Larson from San Francisco.
Well, I think lusting's too strong of a word. It's just like a strong like. She's super awesome.
You know what? She's a good person, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's not a lust, and I will tell you this, at least as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the YouTube phenom called Wonderhussy, it is, for me, take the aesthetics out of it.
Yeah.
For me, you can take the aesthetics out of it. I simply love this broad because she's a cool chick.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you can speak for all of us.
Did Magic Matt just say chick? Yes. And I said broad.
And she's totally cool with
it. Yes. You know why? Because she's not uptight.
That's right.
And she has no problems.
She's a normal human being.
Yeah, what is that in this day and age, Mike Z? What is a normal human being?
Unfortunately, the definition of normal is just what's accepted by the majority.
Right.
And we don't even know what that is anymore.
Exactly.
I have had to break...
You have to break it down per subject.
But interesting, Mike Z, I have had to break down and go to the true definition of normal to explain that, listen, we're not haters here. We're simply telling you that there is a definition for normal, and these folks, this minute percentage, LGBTQIA, EIEIO,
which is the
on this farm,
minority.
are a tiny fraction,
Minority.
and they would be considered not normal. That's the definition. All right, a lot to get to, including, I want to hear more about this Sabo character who is doing great things in the billboards in SoCal next.
This is Outlaw Radio.
How about this, Mike Z? On the verge of becoming a YouTube phenom, just like his counterpart, Wonderhussy, who will be back here live in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar in the next couple months. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies, to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on great radio stations. And yes, of course, I may overdo it, but I love you, Wisconsin. I love Wisconsinites, man.
Love those babies.
They eat drink, smoke, and have a great time. They know how to party like big meat-eating, party, cheese-eating, smoking dogs. This Mike Z was a part of this phenomenon known as Sabo, meaning that they took over billboards here in Southern California and they'd slap their own concoction on there, and it was gorgeous art.
Awesome.
But it was right-leaning, and the fact, and now, did Sabo, your counterpart in this, did he do any jail time for this?
No.
So he didn't get nailed for this either.
Well, see, it's not graffiti, and that's the good point you brought up. It's a canvas.
But it still seems to me, if you're slapping a canvas over a billboard that's already there,
well, it's trespassing.
Then it is trespassing, and you could.
But it's not trespassing.
Well, it also could be
These
considered
billboards
vandalism.
Are everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's only vandalism if it's permanent.
Right. Interesting.
So it's not. And so
well, you have the loopholes in this baby.
So how did you meet this Sabo? Make sure his mic's up just a little bit more there,
I'm sorry, I have
Dave.
that soft voice.
Yeah, talk to me.
I'm a soft
Talk
voice.
to me, Mike Z.
I'm a sexy voice.
Sexy voice, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, it's weird.
I know.
So I was seeing. This was like
very
2015, 2016. What was that?
Okay, let's move the show forward.
Sorry.
Just so we can make it palatable for the listener. Yeah.
So I was seeing, like, he did a great one with Obama on mailboxes. It was Obama in that pimp hat smoking a joint saying, you bitches.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, so you bitches better have my money. and then I saw the Ted Cruz posters.
Right.
Right? So the Ted Cruz with the tattoos and the cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I want to take one of those. That's really well done.
Yeah.
And then I had this dude come out. He's a operator. He just recently retired.
He or you two were doing bus stops too, weren't you?
I'm trying to lead into how I met him.
Okay.
So I saw these things up.
Yeah.
And I had a friend. He's an operator, badass dude. And did you
military operator?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you guys saw those videos of the Coast Guard with the submarines with the drugs.
Oh hell yeah!
He trained all those dudes.
Oh, wow. Badass.
He spent 6 years in South America trying to stop the drug trade.
Wow. You're saying Sabo did this? No.
It's another friend of mine.
Okay.
So this guy calls me up. He says, I'm being on leave for 2 weeks.
Right.
How about I come and stay with you? I said, okay, fine. We're walking down Melrose. He's texting. He says to me, hey, you want to meet Sabo?
All right.
I had no idea who Sabo was.
Yeah, of course.
He says, the Ted Cruz posters. I said, really? He goes, yeah. Yeah, I want to meet him. He'll meet us tomorrow at the Snake Pit on Melrose.
Right, the Snake Pit.
So we go. We meet him.
Right.
He's buying all the drinks. He's super cool. Actually, this story can get long. I don't want it to go, but it involves people that you'd be interested in.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there, we're drinking. He tells us all these crazy stories. He's hinting at the fact that he thinks we might be operators ourselves, like CIA guys or something, to screw with him because the Secret Service had already come and visited him at his house.
So he's a little paranoid.
He's paranoid.
Okay.
But he's being cool.
He's protecting himself.
Right.
Yeah. He's letting us know what he thinks.
Yeah.
But he's being cool.
Right.
And so, we're letting him know. We don't care.
Yeah.
We're whatever. We're having a good time. He gets to know us enough. And then we exchange phone numbers. And then out of the blue, he calls me.
Right.
Asks me, would I be willing to help him?
Right.
Now, me, like you, being a rigger and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
my brother
my
Mark.
brain works and
Right.
everything. I helped him out on some stuff. And initially, he was trying to tell me what to do. Because he's doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it. I had looked at some of his videos. He sent me stuff, and I'm like, dude, I watched what you're doing. It's a joke. I mean, no offense to Sabo, because they were screwing things up. It's taking them 3, 4, 5 times to get something done. I'm like, listen to me.
And
man.
you need to expedite this and make this a quick
it's
maneuver.
It's a military operation.
It really is.
It's a military operation. I got to the point where I did it so fast.
Yeah.
I would be up there ready to go, and he'd be screaming at me,
Don't
do it, don't do it. Because he has to get his drone up in the air so he can film it. He has filmed all these things. There's going to be a documentary that he wants to put out.
Oh, that's awesome.
This guy made national news,
Yes.
and so did you.
So the first,
but your name wasn't out there. It was just Sabo's.
No, thank God.
Yeah.
So you're up there being stealthy, man. You're going boom, 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 boom.
right,
The
guys,
first
we're gonna have to
big
come-
billboard we did was Al Franken.
Right.
So Al Franken, he's Al Franken. When Al Franken got in that job, I thought to myself, what is going on?
No.
What's going
Well, you
on?
know what's going on. We
Yeah.
got a bunch of
Especially
idiot.
that state.
We got a bunch of idiot sticks
That's where
voting.
that Omar
Okay,
chick
hold
is
on.
from.
More with Mike Z, the Astrovan aficionado, when we return on the Big Dog of Broad Chasing. You know I meant to say casting. I always do. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. And, of course, you can find us on rumble.com and all the fun platforms, including the greatest radio stations on Earth. We'll be this after back. No, that's the shortest segment.
Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. If you freaked and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance. jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Lightning Lounge.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At the Lightning Lounge.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Oh, yeah. All right. Remember about 90 seconds ago when I said 456, come back with that song?
Yep.
I do remember that.
You do? So it's sort of sitting in there?
He ignored you.
He did?
He does what he wants. You know why?
Remember that?
Were you ignoring me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, I love Billy Gibbons, but this man is just kicking ass.
Can't help it because ZZ.
Love this guy.
Get him on the show.
I'm going to have to bleep some of this.
What the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true.
Yeah.
But it is.
It's got about 40 million views.
Good for him.
God bless it.
Brings a tear to my eye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think.
Never knew I'd
Know
be.
what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men,
What I was going to say, I never knew I'd be into folk music, but man, this dude, Oliver Anthony,
wish politicians
nails it.
look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to
I dig
eat,
your cover.
and the whole beast milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5
That's a
foot
fellow
three
Marine right
and
there.
300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge.
Billy
rounds.
Dilly just walked in.
Putting themselves 6 feet in the ground. 'Cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Get it, Oliver.
Lord, it's a damn shame.
Yeah.
What the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
It is. It is.
But it is.
World with an whole soul. And then I don't think you know, but I know that you do.
Yep.
Cause your dollar ain't shit.
Yep.
And it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, North the rich men.
What a saint. What a saint.
Sings the truth.
Total package.
God bless you, Oliver Anthony, man. And he quotes Psalm 37 on stage yesterday or the day before.
Selling my soul.
Go.
Working all day.
Yep.
Overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Yep.
And paid once.
Oh, what a good man. What a good man. Yeah. Rich man, north of Richmond, conquered the internet over friggin' night, man. Overnight. That's the good news. Although I am a Luddite, I love things 20, 30, 40 years ago when I was just a kid.
I think you have food in the refrigerator from 20 years ago.
And there was no social media. And when you wanted to talk to somebody that wasn't present, you'd pick up the phone and have a conversation.
Dial it.
I'm not that guy with a cell phone that is attached to me whatsoever. And I'm not saying I'm better than you because, yes, I am, I guess. I am saying I'm better than you. But here,
try getting a hold of him.
Here's about, yes, because I don't have the damn phone affixed to my effing body.
Listen, I'm going to vouch for that. You try to call him, try to text him, but if you email him.
Yeah, I'll do an email, which, by the way, that's for the old fogies now, and that's fine with me, man. That's fine with me.
That is the best way to get a hold of
But a guy named Oliver Anthony, who simply wants America to be that beautiful, shining castle on the hill again. Now, what does that mean? Now, if there are folks on the other side of the aisle who right this second are listening, well, you must mean when there was a lot of racism and we were keeping the blacks down. Well, you stupid son of a bitch. Of course I don't mean that.
Stop it.
Of course I don't mean that. What I mean is values.
Yes.
Loving the United States of America. And why is it that it is the immigrants who moved here that appreciate the United States much more than those who were born in these United States? Why? It's easy. You know the answer to that question because they've seen the other side of this.
Yeah. Yep.
They have witnessed in person the hell that you have to go through when we come to Marxism and communism and socialism. It's a bad thing. So you Gen Z idiots, and I know, God darn it, I can't help myself. I'm not currying favor with you by calling you idiots. So let me restate this. You Gen Z doofuses.
Douchebags.
Idiot sticks.
I must tell you that you're
They're
wrong.
just young.
But they're young and they're indoctrinated.
Mike, there's no excuse.
But they're so indoctrinated, and when
they'll wake up.
When these polls
but when
come
it's too
down
late.
and we're asking them the question, is racism worse today than it was 40 years ago? And they say yes, that's because you're indoctrinated by the left. You believe this crap. The only thing that is happening these days is a beautiful America, but it is being tainted and poisoned by the left, filling your head with the fact that, racism is a big thing. No, it's only a big thing when the left makes it a big thing that doesn't exist. Mark C.G. Boyer, get on the mic.
Right now, we have a group of doctors that are suing because they have this training they have to go through, specifically to help them not be racist because they're white. It is assumed you're white, you're racist.
Right.
And they're suing because they say it's just ridiculous. And
Of course it's ridiculous.
Of course, it's the big lie. It's the big lie, like global warming, aka climate change,
Man,
whatever.
you're talking about
it's the big lie, like the flu. It was a bad flu. It was a crappy flu. And if Fauci doesn't go down for his friggin' S, there is no
Of course he's not
justice.
going to.
But we're learning, and this is what hurts my heart, that we're learning in America that justice seems to be a thing of the past.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's scary. Don't you find that, Mike Z, don't you find this a little scary in the United States that this Marxist crap is happening here?
It bothers me.
Isn't it a little frightening, for God's sakes?
Yeah, this is a guy that fought for this country, and look what's becoming of this country.
Yeah, Mike Z, a Marine. Hoorah!
Hoorah!
And man, you're talking about the Gen Z. Oh, really quickly, they don't know how to read an old-time clock. When I say old-time clock, with hands on it.
Yeah,
I
that's
recently
scary.
started wearing wristwatches again because I don't want to look at my phone all
I've
the time.
never stopped wearing a wristwatch.
I love that.
They don't know how to read it, though. I'm sure they don't know what time it is. They've been asked in the streets, what time is this? And they'll have the hands on certain things.
Hey, Mike. Speaking of wristwatches, I did happen to stroll across one of your videos where you purchased some.
Hold on a second.
Speaking of wristwatches.
Tattoo Dave, a big biker dude who produces Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio,
dude.
was strolling? Is that? I guess. I mean,
he said strolling.
and I love that.
At least he didn't say strutting.
No, but I love that you're an individual
Prancing.
and you can stroll. What,
I can admit it.
Have you pranced?
I've pranced.
Okay.
I did prance.
All right.
But he bought some watches.
Yeah.
And made a video about it. He purchased some Seikos from India, I think
The
it was.
Mumbai specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Don't buy from Mumbai.
Don't buy them watches.
I saw the video and you were trying to change the time and the whole dial was moving on the watch. I'm
horrible.
like, come on, man.
Bad product, right?
Oh, jeez.
Don't buy from Mumbai.
Okay.
Funny stuff.
Okay. Where the hell did I put this? Hold on. I know there was something I want. Well, a couple things. Our buddy Rob Schneider is blasting Biden for sending more money to Ukraine, much more money to Ukraine than Hawaii fire victims.
Unbelievable.
And
it's unbelievable.
And Rob goes on record as saying Biden hates Americans. Well, yeah, he does. See, Biden, I'll tell you what old Joseph likes. He likes his family.
Yeah.
And he likes to keep them.
Except for his one granddaughter.
Yes. Yeah. He likes to keep them in hog heaven, and everything is fine.
And out of jail.
And out of jail.
Wake up.
They feed the big guy.
Yeah,
Wake
of
up,
course.
people. Wake up.
Yeah, Rob Schneider has blasted Joe Biden, giving more money to the Ukraine, to the people in Hawaii. And my God, I mean, do the math on this. We're
upwards of $60 billion.
And we must have tremendous amounts of money just sitting there that we could help these folks in Maui. And
how many other countries tax their people to give money to the U.S.?
Yeah, of course.
Nobody.
No, of course not. Yeah, it's just getting a little friggin' ugly.
By the way, I love Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
And P.S. and another, by the way, on top of that, and not one to boast, so it's the third one. A few months ago, if you remember, when old Kennedy threw his name in the ring to be a Democrat presidential hopeful, did I not say that this man is going to gain some speed?
Yeah.
Rob Schneider is all in for this particular Kennedy. I knew that there would be, and my buddy, of course, sitting here from Arizona said, well, the problem is he's still one of them.
Yeah.
And
John Albee.
And John, you're right.
Yep.
He is one of them. The problem is, hopefully we don't have to make this decision, but if it's between a Joe Biden or this guy, of course we want this guy.
Yeah, but you also said,
right, Mike?
You also said coming September he's going to drop out.
I'm telling you, the man is going. He's not going to be a contender.
Yeah.
I don't.
Even his party hates him.
I don't think his party believes that he's electable.
No.
But then you hear over and over again.
Do
well,
the elections count? Do the elections count anymore?
Well,
Exactly.
therein lies a lot of the problem.
It's a dilemma.
And I'll play. And we're going to reconvene with Bill Maher and this lovely, lovely woman, Riley Gaines, in the next segment.
Is she single?
I'll get the last. No.
Believe me, we all wish
Married at 23 years old, so it's a
Good
big
for her.
mistake.
She's married, but what a good gal.
Yeah.
And we only got to about 3/4 of that, so I'll get to the rest of that. It's another like 8 minutes or so in the next segment. But, it seems to me that we have enough smart people in the United States of America. But then the question arises, as a Mike Z threw out there,
Does it matter?
Does it count?
It's unfortunate.
And it's more than unfortunate. It's ugly.
Wasn't there this no hate vote thing here in California?
No
that,
hate.
that passed.
Yeah.
And then they said, no, screw you. Your votes don't count. So when that happened, before that happened, but when that happened, it was all over. That's when you knew for sure elections don't matter.
Well, how about this?
I hate saying that, by the way.
It sucks.
And by the way,
it truly sucks.
I don't have to ask you who you voted for governor of California. I don't have to ask you twice. There's Larry Elder, one of the more articulate, smartest guys.
It's a Sabo story.
In the business. What? There's another? Okay. Okay, let me reset the stage before I get to Larry Elder and Charlemagne the God together. Sabo is the dude that created so much controversy here in Southern California a couple of years ago in plastering over billboards with great political statements.
Yeah, and it's great controversy.
But done in a tasteful, artful way.
Some of it, yeah.
And this man, Mike Z, was working with Sabo. Yeah. So how does that fit into Larry Elder?
Well, he has done work for Larry Elder.
All right.
And he has done some things that got put out there that Larry Elder got hate for, and Larry Elder went to Sabo and asked him not to use it or not to put it out there. And so
you mean the covering of billboards with his art?
He has done ads for Larry.
All right.
I'll give you the perfect example.
Oh, so okay, hold on. So what you're saying is Larry didn't, even though Sabo
Larry caves to the pressure.
Sabo supports Larry Elder.
100%.
Larry didn't want that sort
Doesn't
of
want to rock the boat.
Sort of that publicity. I get both sides of that.
He did an ad with Larry on top of the Big Donut.
Right.
And
I know
that's
it.
where his thing is.
Yeah.
And he got so much grief for it. He told Sabo he can't use it.
Yeah, by the way,
and if Larry Elder would
you're talking about the
balls,
you're talking about the Big Donut near LAX.
Yes.
Right there
the
off the 405. Yeah. It is a classic.
Legendary.
You've seen that giant donut in myriad movies.
Yes.
Every movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so Sabo's point is, and I hope I'm not stepping on him with this, but I love Sabo. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
We've had our issues, but we're cool now. But he told me this, and
and he's in Colorado.
Yeah, but he comes out here a lot.
All
He's
right.
still doing hits out here.
Okay.
But he's had this conversation with Larry, and his thing is like, Larry, grow some balls, man.
Yeah.
So if Larry would have stuck to his guns and kept that ad out and said, screw you, he would be somebody.
See, I will tell you, Sabo's right, and you're right, Mike Z. You have to have this stick-to-itiveness.
You have to have Trumpism. That vibe.
I was going there in my next statement. That big loudmouth son of a bitch named Donald Trump. He's a huge loudmouth. He's not diplomatic. He says some nasty things. But damn it, you don't have to have dinner with him. Simply let him govern the country.
You don't even have to like him.
He proved himself in 4 years.
Thank you.
We were independent.
Running like a top.
We were independent when it came to oil.
We were selling oil.
Independent. We were making money on oil. How difficult is this to understand?
How does it make sense that we buy oil from other countries and have to ship it here?
No,
how is that saving any kind of money?
Okay,
I want to take it out of our own ground. It doesn't make any friggin' sense.
This is well. Wait a second. Wait a second. Mike Z. You want it to make sense? Then you're not talking the left's language. You see, it's not about sense. It's about emotion.
Yeah,
but wouldn't
I made that point earlier.
But wouldn't it be great if? But wouldn't it be great? Yes, it would be great if there were no wars. It would be great
It's
if
like
we
you're
all got
talking
along.
to an 8-year-old child.
6.
Yeah,
6.
You're right. You're actually right.
Larry Elder on Charlemagne the God, and this guy has a huge podcast, and I sort of dig this guy because he's more pragmatic than he is left or right, and he's sort of this Charlemagne the God dude, sort of sees both sides of the coin, and I dig him for that. This is he and Elder. It starts off really loud, but then it'll mellow out. Here we go.
Have you ever heard of the term nigga wake up call?
No. Pause.
It is an incident where...
By the way, you started from the beginning. I'm going to have to bleep that, too, because we can't allow the N-word on terrestrial radio. So I got a lot of bleeping to do, but this is worth your time. It's only about 90 seconds. Larry Elder, who should be governor of California, but is not, on the Charlemagne the God show. Go.
A person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded rather brutally by an unexpected act of racism. Have you ever had any of those?
Oh, brother.
I'm just asking. You think you've ever
Well,
had
I'm acutely aware, Charlemagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, it seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you weren't mad about that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say.
Well, you just not talk about a nigger wake-up call, and it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney. Because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains. Right. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even black unless you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, no, for the record, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
I didn't say you were.
Yeah, I think
I don't know what you are. I never even asked you about your party affiliation. I'm just saying but you are black. And to have a white guy come in here and tell you have to think a certain kind of way, otherwise you, quote, ain't black? Wow.
How should I have replied to him, you think?
What I just now said, how dare you insult me and tell me I think as a human being, let alone as a black person? I don't tell you how to think, Joe Biden. How dare you come in here and tell me how I should think? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump if I want to vote for Donald Trump. And if I want to vote for Donald Trump, it does not make me not black. 20% of black men, as I said, voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Are they not black now? So only 80% of black men walking around are really black, 20% are not because they voted for Donald Trump? How insulting is that? How condescending is that?
I mean, you're probably right, but I didn't take it in that way.
I did.
As I said to him in that moment, it's just about me wanting something for my people, and I want to know what is he going to do for my people, and not only for my people now, how are you going to atone for the things you've done to my people?
Right.
That's it.
Right, and this is a guy, Joe Biden, who, when he first got into the Senate, hung out with segregationists, talked about how well he got along with them.
Right.
Talked about how he didn't want integration because of a jungle. This guy has made all sorts of insulting things to black people, and his policies right now are hurting black people. Inflation hurts the people at the bottom more than anything else. Letting a bunch of illegal aliens into the border are hurting black people more than anybody else, as I said earlier. He's opposed to school choice, and he has his own kids in private school. And we lost a year, almost 2 years of in-school education in California because of COVID that he supported. Yep. I mean, this guy has done monstrous things to black people, and then for him to come in here and tell you how you ought to think as a black person, it blew my mind.
As a person objectively who doesn't care about either party.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
That ran. Yeah.
I got to tell you, spot on. Larry Elder.
He doesn't sound like he doesn't have balls there.
And you know what? That's what I was going to say. And not only that, it's those comments.
Yeah.
My people. We're all people.
Right.
Everybody.
I thought about that too, Dave.
It's just stupid, and it keeps racism alive.
No. But you can't get away from that because we are talking about a minority.
But we are. But we're also not. COVID affected everybody.
We are not officially a minority, being white guys. In fact,
we are a minority.
White
now.
guys in our
Greek. They're the Mexicans of Europe.
But you still are viewed. When I look at you, I see a white white dude, and I see a
Black people love me.
I see a white dude at least in his 50s, as we all are, except Mark, who's way, way older. But the bottom line is, we are not giving we're not given any credit for any opinion because of our whiteness and our age. Well, we must be racist. That's 100% incorrect. And by the way, here's a non sequitur. Whatever happened in the case of the drowned Obama chef?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Just like the cocaine in the White House.
Anyone? Cocaine in the White House? I haven't heard a damn thing for
It's
weeks.
gone because they want it to be
video
gone.
of his kid, of his son, squeaking from that day.
But we're talking, but Mike Z, we're talking about a dead man.
Yeah.
A dead man at Obama's friggin' house.
I'm with you.
What in the hell? And nothing?
Wait, I have to interject something.
Yeah.
Years ago, a Marine, career Marine, over 27 years in the Corps, sent me an email. And it was the list of all the deaths from people dealing with the Clintons.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And at the bottom of that, but it's a pretty big coincidence.
Yeah, you think it's a coincidence they named this hurricane?
Dozens of people that die that you worked with. That's just a coincidence.
Weird deaths.
Right.
And at the bottom of the list were people that did security for them. Most of them were Marines, and that's why it was sent to me. And it really bothered me.
Yeah.
So I mean, these people are there. They're seeing what you're doing. They know what you're doing.
Right.
They know who you are.
But they're covering their crap up.
Yes.
Yeah,
and so that's a thing, man. That's not fake. That's not bullshit.
Yeah, when is this country going to wake up?
But I'm just saying, this is
Not
real
likely.
stuff. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's real.
No, and that's the thing, Mike Z. I am as far from a conspiracy theorist, and now some of these things that have come down that are so illuminated that, in my opinion, you'd have to be an idiot if you didn't know that some sort of ugliness.
You won't know if you don't pay attention.
Behind the scenes. Is truly
ignorance is bliss.
You bet your ass. Well, that's the left.
That's the left.
Oh, isn't this what a beautiful day?
Unicorns and
sunshine, unicorns, rainbows.
Leprechauns.
By the way, yes, once again. But wouldn't it be great, Matt, if that's what life was? Yes, it would be. But it's not the truth.
No, it's all BS.
And you have to deal with the truth. We need a strong military so we don't have to fight. You understand that concept?
Sun Tzu.
All right.
Yep, Sun Tzu.
Lot to get to next. I read that book. That's Sun Tzu, sort of a smart dude. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
I lie awake. I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one, and it's lonely hotel suite. The journey's long, and I feel so bad. I'm thinking back to the last day we had. All moon fades into the night. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. When you're lost, I know how to change your mood. When I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we have each other's On a clear day, I'll fly home to you. I'm bending time, getting back to you.
Hey guys, Tattoo Dave here at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Just wanted to extend a big, huge thank you to listening. Great radio stations, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble.com. We love you guys. Please, please, please keep listening. Subscribe. Do your thing. Get it out there. We tell the truth.
I draw strength from you. When you're lost,
Laboratories. With over 200 research workers, academic staff, and PhD students worked around the clock 7 days a week for 9 years. And today, we deliver broadcasting from atomic scale components. 21st century technology, talk, stars, and subliminal messaging. Motivating, stimulating, mildly erotic, 24/7. Outlaw Radio.
We drink, we interrupt, and we smoke cigars, baby.
You know, I do love hearing our dead wrestling buddy. He was the greatest. I loved him. So I gave you the wrong number for so punch in baby 1, baby meaning O-N-E. It should be Britney Spears. Man, do I miss Rowdy Roddy. That's a guy that should still be with us. Yeah, he was the greatest. Baby, one more time. It'll come up. I promise you. And then I have a quick Britney Spears, and then we'll get to more of Mike Z. Oh, okay. Make sure I'm up with the correct volume.
You were close.
Oh, really? What is it then?
140.
Okay. My eyesight, man. I got to tell you. Now, here's what's going to happen. Now, I'm predicting this because I will not see a doctor. I'm just going to have a major heart attack one day, and you will find me in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, somewhere like slumped over, or maybe I hit my head on one of the fake guns in the bar, you know. But this, by the way, one of the greatest songs of all time. Mike Z, you heard me say it. I love this song. Still believe. I wish I could hit that high note.
I was singing it when I got here.
Britney Spears' husband, Sam Asghari, has filed for divorce from the superstar.
I'd go out with her.
We were all over this 14 months ago during the wedding when her prior husband was infiltrating that wedding.
Crashed the wedding.
And say, hey man, this ain't gonna last. This is, I'm still married to her. And
Federline.
Yeah, this Federline guy was just a little bit nuts, and he was, God damn it, I love that Britney, and I'm sorry this happened. 14 months later?
Yeah.
So is Britney too much to handle?
She's a little crazy.
You think?
Something tells me she's a little nutty.
I would date her.
After you get past the sex, yes, Mike Z, yes, they're all crazy. And I'll tell you who the good ones are.
Sarah?
They're the ones who will admit to you that they're all crazy.
Yeah, but it doesn't keep them from being crazy.
No, because...
You know what? I've said it all along.
Because they don't know the difference.
No. It's a matter of how much or what level crazy you can handle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it is.
Positive,
That's where it lies.
positive, negatives.
And
You have to write them out.
now I've had folks on this show, guys, who will tend to sort of veer left a little, and they'll say, well, we're all crazy, even men are crazy. No, it's a different crazy. See, guys don't generally want the spotlight and that whole pay attention to me thing. Females do, and I give females credit because I'll tell you what, man, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for you luscious, gorgeous females. I am a sucker for you. I have been pulled into this a gazillion times. I'd be worth millions of dollars today if it weren't for you. Do I hold this against you? No, because as a heterosexual male, it's something that I need. It's something that I need. I love your scent. I love your beautiful hair. I love your body parts.
Yes.
I am a huge fan.
I don't want to get into it, but last night I was pulled deep into that, and I had a great time. That's what I'm going to say.
All right, good. Well, I'm glad that
Marty's been dying.
I'm
to talk
glad
about
that's
last night's
all
experience.
No.
Are you ready? Can I speak there, Dave? Tattoo
No,
Dave?
not allowed.
Okay.
No, because it's his show.
So it is the Tattoo Dave show. The Tattoo Dave. Oh, no, this has been coming.
It's coming.
No, this has been coming.
Don't make me play it again.
The
Could
person,
be the Mike Z show.
the person who is close to Asghari, who is the dude that married Ms. Britney 14 months ago.
So he filed for divorce?
Yeah, supposedly, and not authorized to speak publicly, confirmed the filing happened just a couple days ago. An email sent to a Spears representative was not immediately returned. Court records in L.A. and Ventura counties didn't show where the case has been filed. They were married June 9th, just June 9th, 2022, in front of guests including Selena Gomez, Drew Barrymore, Paris Hilton, and Madonna, in a wedding seen as a milestone in her newly reclaimed life after the disillusion just 6 months earlier. I was rooting for her on this one. Oh, Britney. She,
You understand this dude's going... Federline got her house in Tarzana.
Yeah.
No, Federline got her... She gave him the whole house. She's like, I want out. So this guy's going... I'm going to get a lot of stuff.
Well, they begin dating this Asghari guy, a model and actor, so he's a good-looking dude, obviously.
I don't think she'd go for anything else.
She cited her desire to marry Asghari as among the reasons she wanted to end to the... Oh, so there was a constraining... Yeah, obviously this conservatorship, which was ugly as hell. She got an end to that, married this dude, and now, a year and a half later... it's like boom, and they lost a baby too, which is unfortunate.
that's a shame.
Yeah, yes. There was
maybe not
pregnancy in May. So 29-year-old Asghari, and Britney's 41 years old now.
Wow. There you go.
So there.
She's my favorite trailer trash on the planet.
Yeah,
I love her.
I
like
her.
her sister.
I love her.
Dude, hold on. Her sister's a little baby.
I don't know her sister.
No, I used to run into her. Matt, when we were up in the hills, our last venue.
Yeah.
I used to run into her.
She's probably not a baby. She's probably in her 20s, 30s.
When I met her, she was like 18.
Well, but she's not a baby anymore.
I know, but Matt, she used to come by the cigar shop.
All right, the bottom line is, Britney, we still love you on the show. And supposedly this Asghari character is not trying to modify the prenup, and he's not, supposedly.
He just wants out. He just wants out.
I read this today in TMZ, or whatever the hell the rag was, and supposedly he's not going for anything and not in the prenup stand. So, we'll see.
Wouldn't you put up with her craziness just for
No,
for about 14 months.
Because right, Dave, because I've been through this. I've been through this with the hottest women on the planet.
Yes.
And no, I would not put up with it.
That's the thing.
I've been lied to about fake pregnancies in order to get me to marry them. Mike Z, you've been through this?
Yeah.
See, and so we're a little jaded. Yeah, we're guys in our 50s and upwards. So we've been through it. But we love but to this day, I think I can speak for all of us.
Yes.
We continue to love you females.
Yes.
Why? Because we're idiots.
Because they have a bonus hole.
We're dummies. We're big dummies. So, my buddy Tattoo Dave, who's taking over Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and Mike Z, you have, it seems to me, a lot in common. First of all, you both have tattoos. And but on top of that, you were both bike riders. Now, are you still a part of the Weasels?
The Weasels.
That's not the name of your biker gang?
Weasels.
I thought it was the Weasels. It is the Weasels. So you're the ones you're making fun of this. But it is.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Your biker gang, Tattoo Dave, is the Weasels.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yes.
No.
What?
No.
It's not the Weasels?
No.
That would be bad.
No, wait a second. It seems
like the Black Widows from Pacoima.
Wait, stop. Dave, it seems to me you're not telling me the truth here.
No, I was of Seven Skull, and that's a completely different biker club.
So who was a part of the Weasels that I know?
I was a long, long time ago.
So you were.
That's correct.
You were at one point.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friend Shelley said the same thing. Dave was part of the Weasels.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So Mike,
West Coast Weasels.
so
but it was a.
Mike Z has a problem with that.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. I was gone as
horrible.
I was gone as fast as I got there.
It is a terrible moniker.
Weasels.
Yeah, it is. So, were you ever a part of a biker gang, Mike Z?
I was never officially part of any
Yeah.
biker gang.
All right.
I've ridden with different clubs.
Right,
but
right.
Nothing serious.
Yeah.
You don't ride with the Mongos, dude.
No, come on.
I have a feeling I know which club that you said you rode with earlier.
It's not a big deal.
I know. I think they're green.
They're what?
The Mongos? No, man. Really?
No.
Those guys are evil, man. Maybe,
There's a
maybe
group
the
of guys-
Angels.
There's a
Yeah.
group of guys that are really nice guys.
Yeah.
They're really a drinking club with a motorcycle problem.
Oh, okay. That's the Booze
They're
Fighters.
called the Cretans. Oh, the Booze Fighters is a good story.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I got that story.
Hey, by the way, okay, and we're going to hear this story.
That's a good
but
story.
I will tell you, I'm a fan because I met the man who was in charge of that, the big actor
Liquid
from the
Metal.
Terminator.
Robert Patrick.
Well, I got a story about
So
that.
old Bobby
I've ridden with him.
had his main club behind the greatest VFW on the planet out there in the desert about 24 miles away from where we emanate here in the San Fernando Valley. It was its own club behind the VFW. And unfortunately, that greatest VFW is no longer with us,
Man, I love that
and
place.
that's terrible.
Yeah, I love
it
that
was the world's greatest dive bar.
I sang karaoke.
24 miles away. But this Patrick, what a good dude.
Yeah.
And the Booze Fighters, good folks. So you were a part of this.
No. So I'm not a joiner. I told you that on the phone.
Yeah, I'm not either.
After being in the Marine Corps, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pledge. I'm not gonna be that
Right.
dude. I'm not gonna go through this nonsense to
Yes.
join a motorcycle.
Because you did the real thing, man.
man.
Yeah, you did the
I'm not
real
gonna
thing.
do that
You're
nonsense.
a Marine.
And I told them every time.
Take it
You're not gonna do
easy.
pledges
Take it
and all
easy
that.
It's
over there.
nonsense. I'm not gonna play those games.
Okay, go.
So a guy I was friends with. This is actually a pretty good story. I did a video on this.
All right.
This guy was in the film industry, and I drove across the country with him. And we had all these crazy adventures. Dead body on the side of the road in Area 51.
Wow.
All kinds of wild stuff happened.
Yeah.
And we get to Jersey, and I say, drop me off at my buddy's house. We go into his house. We're hanging out. There's a backstory I won't get into, but because I was connected with some things back.
Okay,
in the day.
whatever.
But the guy says to me, he looks at me and says, "You going to go up north and take care of that guy?" And I looked at him. It took me a second to remember what he was talking about. This other guy sees that. And I say to this guy, so he doesn't know anything about that.
Right.
So instantly he thinks I'm a hitman now.
I know. Take care of that guy.
So now this guy's in the film industry. And he goes around telling everybody, I just drove across country with a hitman.
Oh, no.
You got half of Hollywood thinks Mike Z's a hitman.
Right. Yeah, well, you would think that. Take care of that guy?
It's a crazy story because I found out 7 years later from his wife after they got divorced, and she told me, and he introduced me to Robert Patrick.
Ah.
And he introduced me to other people.
And you know
because
he's a
what
good...
what he was doing, he's going, I know Hitman. They're like, oh, you're full of crap. You want to meet him? Don't bring it up, though. And so he put me in all these crazy scenarios where people were really, really, really nice to me.
Yeah.
Because they thought I'd kill him.
Of course.
It was the craziest thing. It's a crazy. So he starts the Booze Fighters, and he calls me up. He gets granted the chapter of the Booze Fighters.
Yeah.
He calls me up. He says, dude, you're in. You're the only veteran that we got. Your triumphs are cool.
Beautiful.
You're in. I said to him, dude, what I said to you on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not joining any motorcycle club because you guys make up your own bullshit. Sorry.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you believe it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you do.
Right.
And I don't play that game. Robert Patrick became the president of that.
Yep.
And he was sober.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know the story of the Booze Fighters. I recommend you read the book,
Yeah.
The Booze Fighters. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's interesting as hell.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And those guys were all veterans, and they were all drinkers,
Yep.
and they were good dudes,
Yep.
really. And the Booze Fighter, and I'm sorry, dudes, I'm not trying to give you guys a bunch of crap or anything against you.
Yeah.
It was a personal thing with one particular guy, and
Right.
if you're in that club, you know who he is. I couldn't be a part of something it was a facade. It
Right.
was fake. It was
Wow.
nonsense.
No
and I
kidding.
feel bad about it. And even Robert Patrick, I felt weird with being around because he acted tough with me
Oh.
because
Yeah.
he thought he had to be because he
Oh.
thought I was a hitman.
Jeez.
That's crazy. You know, he owns Santa Clarita Harley Davidson now.
Well, good for him.
yeah.
I don't have anything against him. Actually, I knew Robert Patrick when I was doing the acting thing back
Yeah.
in the day. And I did a little extra work here.
He was great in the Terminator.
Oh,
dude.
man.
Liquid Metal guy, man.
Oh yeah,
He's the
it's
dude.
so great.
Yeah.
And he was on a show I was on, and he was really good with everybody. He worked everybody up, and he was great. So I don't want to say anything bad about him, but my personal interaction with him at that period of time was not a positive one necessarily.
Okay.
That's all.
Hey, Mike.
I'd actually like to redeem that.
But P.S. Mike Z, appreciate the truth, man. We love the truth on this show. When we return, we'll have a couple minutes to finally get to your Astrovan stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But you're gonna have to distill it down for us in just a couple minutes. But it's really cool, and especially if you're like me and you used to have a beard, but you shaved it off years ago. Okay, that's sort of a non sequitur. But if you're like me and love the desert,
sort of,
this man configures Astrovan so you can take him through the friggin' off-roads in the desert. We'll get to that next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com and Twitter and the greatest radio stations in America. Thank you for having us.
Shit.
Now we return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
Well, I will tell you something. I tell you one thing. It's my beautiful almost bride, Helene Pena, in Pearland, Texas. Used to say that her daughter, her father used to say all the time, I'll tell you one thing. It has been nothing but a pleasure having Mike Z here, and I request that you take time out of your busy schedule to enjoy some of his videos on YouTube. You can simply punch in Mike Z, right? It should come up, Mike?
It would be my name or Astrovan Tribe, at Astrovan Tribe.
Astrovan Tribe. Let me tell you what he does. No, let him tell you what he does with these Astrovans, because this is how, and having no idea Mike Z's politics at that time, I just love the guy because, man, this guy is, I mean,
he's a real deal, man.
How did you learn how to work on friggin' vehicles? Are you a mechanic?
Well,
I mean, is that what you do?
I'm Greek and I'm a Zorba.
Okay.
So, Zorba said, I got a mind, I got two hands. My mind tells my hands what to do.
So why that mother van, with the kids, the Astrovan? Explain to me. Turn his mic up a little bit. Here we go.
So I drove across the country in a two-wheel drive Astrovan. And as I was doing it, I was looking, and I saw these vans out in the middle of nowhere with big tires. I thought, what the? And I didn't even know that Astrovan had an all-wheel drive version.
All right.
And then I learned with the all-wheel drive version, you can swap out the transfer case and put a four-wheel drive transfer case in with a shifter through the floor.
Nice.
So I did that. That's all it is, man. And it's not like I'm doing it to Astrovans. I'm doing it to my Astrovan. But the thing is I'm beating the piss out of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly breaking things. It's really not designed to do the things I'm doing. That steel pass thing was, I actually went to a place. Can I throw a business under the...
Give me 20 seconds on what the steel pass is, because I know, because I watched the video on YouTube.
It's a hardcore ride. It's mainly for hardcore 4x4 like Jeepers.
Yeah.
There's rocks the
Rock
size
crawlers.
of bowling balls. Yeah. It's way over the top.
Right.
There's 4 step obstacles, and I was able to do it in the Astrovan because I overbuilt it. Yeah. So it works.
It's the best.
Nothing wrong with that.
Unfortunately, the place where I took it the year before that did the rear end on me, that put in the posi traction and the re-gearing, they didn't put the right unit in, and the C-clip fell out. And I drove all the way home, and the only thing holding my axle in was my brake caliper.
Oh, my God.
And I drove around like that for 2 weeks before I figured it out.
Wow.
Yeah, horrible place.
How about the interior of these things? If you mess with the
Oh,
interior?
yeah, I ripped it all. Yeah, I'll show it to you outside.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You gotta watch
it's
the video.
not finished, but it's cool.
So you can sleep there. I mean,
yeah. I got a little bed back there.
Love that.
It's perfect. I've driven across the country multiple times.
He opens the
I
rear
do all kinds
doors.
of-
He's got stove. He's got
That is
everything.
so bitching.
Yeah, I know.
And the reason why I went the Astrovan is because it's a platform of like a Subaru. It'll fit any parking space, and I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and
That's
Mart, you're right when you say bitching. I think the same thing, because you're self-contained and you can pull over, in the desert, and you can stay the night.
If I drink too much here tonight, I sleep in it out in your front.
I love that. Well, we have a room for you,
but you're not sleeping in Wonderhussy sheets.
No, I want her sheets. What the?
No.
By
That's
the
the whole
way,
point of me sleeping here if I can do it.
Are Wonderhussy sheets still in that room, or
No, I changed for my daughter.
Oh,
So
okay.
you put them in plastic, right?
I did.
You didn't wash them.
Oh, no.
They're not washed.
No.
Believe me, Mike, when I say Marty's had them in his glass since the day.
We must have that DNA. You want that DNA up there on the wall.
I still have the seat. It has not been shampooed.
All right, I will tell you, if you want some entertaining stuff, especially that first one that sort of brought me into the world of Mike Z, was Wonderhussy and Mike Z.
Watch her videos.
And that Astrovan thing is off the hook.
Going through the
beautiful.
steel pass.
Yeah, it's the best.
The interview she did with me, I have to say, we were both altered states of mind.
Mushrooms?
Everything. And it was a lot
The
of
old
fun.
wonder, she likes her little magic mushroom.
She got a little criticism for cutting me off or whatever, but we were drinking.
Yes.
Having a good time.
Okay. Good. You're having a nice day.
It was awesome.
And by the way,
We had to put clothes on for
You're
the
out
video.
there in the desert where you're not going to run into someone and kill them.
No, of
Okay.
course.
Tattoo Dave, great job. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
My brother Mark.
10.
Okay. Mike Z.
Thank you for having me.
Huge friggin' fan, and I knew you would be a fit with this show.
Yeah,
you're
for
gonna get Sabo over here.
Yes, I'll do that.
And Robert Conrad, one of my favorite actors, because he was in one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Wild Wild West.
Awesome.
His son is still around, and
Yes,
you say
Chris.
he's a good dude.
He's awesome.
All right, we're gonna get his ass over here. Mark C.G. Boyer. Thank you for doing whatever the hell you do.
You're welcome.
And our military man, our big hoorah outside. I love that man, Billy Dilly.
Billy Squilly.
Mike Z, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
having me.
Thank you for loving America.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I
Forgot
will.
Marty. Don't forget your brother.
I did thank.
Ken?
Yeah, I did that already.
I thought you forgot him.
My boy, I think our producer's drunky drunk.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I will continue to be Magic Matt. Please don't forget bumblebees can't fly.
I wish politicians look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to heat, and the whole beast milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. ain't shit, and his tanks to no end, cause the rich men, north of rich men. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten